All right, we're back. We have Alex and we have Chimen at the same time. We got four guests today.
I love this.
So Chimen's question was, what is OnlyFans.com?
Oh,
Nothing that anybody needs to know.
Yeah, but they're going to know anyway because in the age of the internet, you cannot hide information anymore. All right, Chimen. So basically, OnlyFans is like a website where you can broadcast your sexuality in any way you'd like, and you get people to subscribe monthly to you. So basically, if you subscribe, let's say you subscribe to some girl that's posting nudes, basically, they charge you like $10 a month, or you could have some kind of bundle discount.
Okay, so it's like Snapchat Premium?
Kind of, yes. But the thing is
yeah,
that
but it's a subscription. Well, they're both subscriptions, right?
both subscriptions. But like the thing is with this one, I think, is that it's posts. It's just a whole bunch of posts, not like you get like one picture here.
Yeah,
like
but
a
in order,
video here, it's just a whole bunch. It's just a
I
whole bunch of
never
posts.
used it.
It's just a whole bunch of like posts, and no one here has ever used it. But we
You
have,
know more about it than I do.
Yeah, seriously, you're
Well,
really
no,
going
but
into
there's
detail
an
on
origin
this
to that.
one.
There's an origin to that.
Yeah, we'll get to the actual story,
Okay.
but the background of it is like they post pictures like if it was social media of them naked or of parts of them naked
or them doing inappropriate things to themselves or others.
Yes.
Okay, so
Correct.
basically it's kind of like Instagram and you're just
Yeah,
scrolling.
but
and
there's
But-
also a webcam feature where you can
Interact
with them.
I don't see the point of this. Just go on
There's a
Pornhub.
big point. What? No, but here's the thing. I think that people will subscribe and pay. They pay for it because, first of all, if you know someone that's doing that and like you just want to see what they actually look like, you could just subscribe monthly. Because in order to see their content, you have to subscribe monthly and you have to put your like credit card stuff in and stuff. So in order to like get and sort of see that content, you have to pay for it. But you're right. I thought the same thing.
How
thing
much
too at
do
first.
you pay a month, Andrew?
I pay nothing. I
Pay $0 and 0
Michael?
cents. $0 and
I don't
0
eat
cents.
porn.
But think of this. Think about like in high school, right? There was like this kid. Think about this guy named Brad, right? This hot ass motherfucker, right? You just wanted to just get him put into you so hard, but then you never did that, right? And you regret it. But then you find out he has an OnlyFans.com
Okay.
thing that you can subscribe to, so you can see all of that shit, right? And you could just get it, and you know this person, so it has more satisfaction to you. That's why I feel like that's why they do it, because they subscribe because they know this person, and they'll be able to see it because they've known you for so long, shit like that.
Okay, I get that.
And,
I
like-
get
And it's
now.
like desire. It's like a desire for that person,
Yeah.
and you actually get it. Like these people that do Pornhub that are like living in like West Bumblefuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you'll never ever like see them. They don't know you. You don't know them, but you know this person. So I feel like that's why.
That's
Okay, got it.
weird.
It is weird.
It is-
Yeah, but this
yeah.
is the reality we're going into.
Yeah.
This is actually
This
happening.
is-
Well,
this
here's
is
the
some
thing.
crazy fucking
So
shit.
the origin of how we found it was today. There's this girl that I have on Facebook that I didn't know. Like, she looked innocent. I thought that she was kind of like.
Stop hitting the table.
Oh, I was hitting the. Oh. She looked kind of innocent, so today, and I also have her Instagram. So today, I was just scrolling through Facebook, and all I see is like, check out my OnlyFans.com. I was like, what is this? And just like advertising herself, and I was like, what the? And then when I checked it out, like the profile, it turns out like I discovered you have to pay like $10 a month to see their content, and I was like, what? And then I found out that this person had like over like 500 like people subscribe. And it was like $10 a month. So 500 times 10 is what she would be making in a month, just from that alone.
$5,000 a
I'm
month.
sorry, what?
Could you?
Just
could
on
you?
posting nudes.
Yes.
Correct.
What
But it's
am I
more
doing?
than
That's like half
But
as
it's
much
also-
I make.
yeah, but it's more than news. It's like live video interaction. Like
Live
there's
video
everything.
interactions,
I mean,
pictures,
desperate
video.
times calls for desperate measures.
Yeah, but the fact
I don't
that
know.
someone like that would have so many, but they make good money off of it.
Imagine
And
making
it's
5,000 a
actually-
month. Imagine
can-
making 5,000 a month.
You can make more money off doing that than
Regardless
you
of what
can
it
a
is.
regular day job.
No, it's the truth. I mean, what's the point of getting a day job when you can just post your tits online?
But
know,
but
like-
what I'm thinking is that, but in my mind, what I think of is why are people paying for that when they can get it free?
Oh,
my
yeah.
question is
People are
why.
weird.
Yeah,
They're
but-
stalkers.
Yeah, but there has to be a reason why so many people would go to that kind of like. Is it because they're not getting laid in their own life?
It's
Probably.
because
Yeah,
they're
it's desperation.
stalkers and they're weird.
Yeah,
I'm
but-
sorry for
It's
kink
weird.
shaming you, but
No, it's because it's true. You can just go on Pornhub and just watch whatever,
and it's
Yeah, but-
free.
and it's free.
But there's also those
dudes
webcam.
sit there and they're like, "Yo, I wonder if my neighbor has nudes on the internet."
It's
That's
weird.
weird.
It's really weird.
Yeah, but this girl also said that a lot of people, when that like subscribe to her are also people that are doing it behind their wife's back, or like they're not, or they're virgins, and like a lot of them are. So it's like what, according to her.
So
And
they pay for it?
Yeah.
But in return they get interaction. They get to actually like they could do video cam sessions, and they could actually talk to her while she's like nude and something, and they pay for it, and she just talks to them. So it's literally guys, and even some girls, was weird, that pay them just for their attention. And I think if you're getting that much success that easily, something's going on in this generation of people, because that's actually the world we're living in.
I think it's sad.
It's sad, but well,
it's a wild thing. I think it's just super over the top bullshit. Like people are creating businesses out of it.
yeah, but it's
Out of
true.
doing
Like,
that.
like those webcam businesses that people. No, that's actually a business.
Oh my
It
god!
is
Why
a
did you
business.
guys
It's just-
bring me on tonight?
I'm just here to record it, guys.
I'm just exposing the hard reality. of
We're
what's going on.
we're
I told you
exposing
it
the
was
hard
gonna be
truths
spicy.
of this.
I mean,
This is
I
whack
get
shit.
it. If like you want money and you want it fast, do it.
And it
Like, I'm not hating on it, because it is kind of like a business.
yeah, it's super unethical. It's very unethical.
Yeah.
But it's,
Yeah.
but you're making money.
So the reason
I
that you
mean,
saw it pulled up on his phone, because I was like, Mike, you got to look at that, because I was shocked. So I
He just
I
made
told
a
him,
transaction.
yeah. I was like, yo, yeah, I was like, Mike, oh my god, look what I accidentally put my credit card info on.
Oh great.
It's just like, and then I was like, Mike, we should start a webcam business.
I was like,
Oh, then we
what?
can-
I was like, excuse me.
This episode is
Oh,
for
okay.
OnlyFans only.
Yeah, OnlyFans, please.
Oh, man.
But yeah, that's what OnlyFans is.
Okay,
That's-
I've never heard of it. Ever.
Yeah.
Well, I
so
didn't-
never
you
never
don't
get one
need
ever.
to.
Never create one. Please.
No, but this
Just
is
don't.
actually what's
Never heard
going
of
on.
I mean,
with
unless
it.
if you want to make money, but we will not subscribe. Promise. We will not be on that.
I'm sure you guys would check it out.
I don't
Like-
make enough
Going
money.
home.
I don't make enough money.
We don't make enough money for that. Not right now.
I can't imagine doing that. I'm such a shy person. Just like someone video chatting me, and I'm like, I don't
And
know
like
how
the
to-
person,
And it's not the most socially good person. They're just, hey guys.
they're just
you
staring
look
at me like
cute."
this. Like, ew.
Like,
Do that
it's
thing with your hair
definitely not
again.
the best
Yeah.
do that thing.
conversation starter.
I mean, it's uncomfortable. Like, even when guys like will look at you in places, it's uncomfortable. Like, why would I don't know.
Yeah,
not
but
what I'm
I
into.
think they either do it for the money, or they just want the attention, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I.
I feel like it's a mixture of both.
And when I was looking at this, I was just like, this is impossible.
Is this
But
real?
when you
Am
think
I
about
real?
it, but if you do something like that, if you're a girl and you find that you're getting more money from just doing that, and I mean, if you're comfortable with doing it, and like you could actually like, I guess, motivating them. I don't know what you would call it.
Watch those hands, brother.
I know. I'm like all over the place.
You too, Chimen.
I have not eaten in 6 days.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
dumb.
You want-
I've been eating in like 6 hours.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, Andrew, you want to talk about that real
Yeah, for
quick?
anyone who
This
doesn't
is-
know,
this is
I'm-
gonna be. Hold on, before you start that. This technically is being recorded while it's still happening, but by the time this goes up, it'll be way after. So just recap.
Andrew might not be with us anymore.
Recap.
Yeah. So
recap
this
the
might be
whole
my
thing.
on my last day of being alive. So I'm in the middle of a 7-day fast right now, which means like it's a water fast, so no food or calories of any kind. And this is day 6 as we speak, and I'm only going until tomorrow because that's when it's going to be officially 7 days.
And yeah, and like all you're having is just water, black coffee, right, and electrolytes.
Yeah.
Just salt, potassium, magnesium.
Yeah, everyone thinks I am actually insane. I've gone insane,
Yes.
which is most likely true. But I feel okay right now.
No, you don't.
I'm alive.
The first 2 days you were fine.
Yeah,
I feel
day
like the first,
3 and 4 were the worst. That was when I was like the most lightheaded, and I was like, But I wanted to like see as an experiment what would happen. I've lost 8 pounds as of this moment in 1 week, less than a week. So
Holy shit.
feeling pretty.
Got it, yeah.
Yeah. So on the way to 6-pack abs. Yay.
I'm not that dedicated.
like
Me either.
the thing is about it though is like when he goes back when he gets back to eating food again.
Yeah, food.
It'll be he's gonna regain some weight, but the thing is it's not about how much he's regained, it's about how much the differences of what he's lost during this week and how much he put back on, and whatever the difference is and what he was able to maintain as a loss is probably going to be really good. So hopefully you can maintain a loss of like 3 to 4 pounds out of your 8.
Yeah,
It would
because
be really good.
I don't know anyone who's ever done this. And everyone who knows me can say I know someone who did this crazy 7-day fast. So
Decided not to eat for a week.
Yeah.
That's a good icebreaker.
on the
right
bright side, I look better than
somebody-
what I did last Sunday, so I'm pretty happy about that.
What did you do last Sunday?
No, like I look better than
Oh.
I did. Last Sunday I had my last meal.
I don't
okay?
know, bro. You just look
Last
hungry.
Supper.
I had the Last Supper last Sunday. Legit.
You just look hungry, bro.
I feel hungry, Alex.
Yeah, you're like on edge.
Wait,
you know?
he went.
Like you
he-
need your fix.
Wait, he went into my car today, right? And he stepped into my car, not even 2 seconds. He's like, "Did you have McDonald's?" I was like, "I smelled McDonald's." I was like, "Bro, I got my girlfriend McDonald's a week and a half ago. Are you serious?"
I'm smelling things.
That
That
You're
should
shit
not be
smelling-
smelled.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
exactly.
It does.
No, but like, there's so many other smells that had gone into food wise that had gone into that car in a week and a half, and he smelt McDonald's. I was
McDonald's
like, "Are you
lingers.
fucking kidding me?"
I mean, he's hungry. Boy's gotta eat.
Big boy's gotta eat.
Like I sense things I could never sense before. I think I'm on a magical.
You're
Like,
hallucinating.
Yeah.
You're
You're
having a
delirious.
I don't know if I'm losing brain cells.
Yes. I do.
Or I am in a legitimate another dimension, basically. Like I'm in the 6th dimension of time.
I can't
and
even
space.
imagine.
Like you, because I know we were talking about it earlier. You were saying that like because you and I we do the ketogenic diet, so like our energy is only from eating fat, and so then when you don't have fat, like your brain starts to like is not on straight, and so that's why because I noticed you've been saying weird ass shit and not meaning to say these weird things.
Like OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm not the one who made an account. Okay, I'm just saying what's going on out there in the real
You're the
world.
one looking.
Yeah.
It found me. You know, in like in like the most sane possible. I blame Facebook, social media.
Twitter's a lawless land.
Yeah,
I
Twitter.
wonder if she has family on there. On
well,
Facebook.
I thought the same thing. Well, you know what? She has a boyfriend.
Family patron.
She has a boyfriend.
has a boyfriend,
Yeah.
Is he a patron?
I don't
and
know.
mean-
I don't know.
She
He's-
calls
he's
she
cool
calls
with
him
it?
Alpha.
She calls him Alpha.
I'm serious.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah.
That's like Daddy 2.0.
Yeah. Like you're really like stepping it
That
up
is
a notch.
Omega.
Damn
Daddy.
Alpha.
That is Omega
Weird.
Daddy.
Yeah, I was just like, well, okay. It just made me really confused.
I mean, he's probably happy that she's making $5,000 a month. You know?
But like,
I hope she
but at the
splits
same
the
time,
Toss him.
but is his brain able to handle other men watching his
Oh, is
lover?
Mike the jealous type? Let's get
Uh-oh.
into
Uh-oh,
this.
Wait, no, but like I'm saying, like this legitimate thing. Like,
Yeah.
can men or this person, right? Can they handle their significant other like showing off themselves to other men for money?
Ask Alex.
Well, like what?
No.
What? Well, that's what I'm saying is that when your jealous nature kind of kick in, right, and you'd be
I
like,
feel-
"What are you doing?"
Until you get that check.
I was just gonna say that
Until you
until
get that
she gets that
$5,000
check. And
Maybe.
he's like, you know what? I'm gonna just push that jealousy aside. You just
Maybe.
keep doing what you're doing.
Well, the
Maybe.
question is,
Just don't talk to me about it.
Yeah.
But is he getting some of the profit? Is my question, or is she taking all the money for himself?
And I
She needs a photographer.
low key, I feel like she's.
Someone's gotta do it.
Low key, I feel like he's not though. Low key, I feel like he's not getting any profit whatsoever.
He'll
from
pay
it.
for
Yeah.
dinner and she'll pay for her
Herself.
the camera. I don't know.
He'll pay for dinner and she'll pay for the movie.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
I hope
the
that's-
movie of her, probably. I
I
don't know.
mean,
Maybe they made a movie.
I don't know.
I don't know. It reminds me of the whole like sex worker conversation.
Well, isn't that classified as? I call,
Yeah.
Isn't,
Technically,
it,
yeah,
isn't that called
yeah.
digital pimp?
Isn't weren't
I mean, we're making large assumptions in saying that, but
yeah.
I guess. I mean, what could a profession like that be called? I mean, I guess you could say
Sex worker.
Digital sex worker.
Digital sex worker.
digital
Kind
sex
of like
worker.
a cam girl.
Cam girl.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was like, Mike. We can make a business off that easily.
do
Hire
you
like
guys
3
watch
girls.
Vice?
Sometimes.
Do you watch the series, the Slut Ever series?
The
No,
what?
but one of them
Is
is
that
the
an
cam.
HBO series?
No, it's Vice.
One of them's
What?
about a cam girl, right?
She just goes
She's really
around
weird.
and goes, I guess, but she goes around and like goes to all these like taboo sex work
I
places.
think I know what you're talking about.
Like she went to like a dildo bar in Japan where it's like just like women that are like so fed up with men, they're just like, fuck it, I'm gonna go drink wine
at a dildo
and
bar.
pick out my dildo.
Jesus Christ.
And like some of the shit, like I watched it with a couple of my friends one episode, and one of the things that she said, she described a toy as like a automatic fuck machine or something. And that's just an active thing that I'll just be like, yo, Mike, automatic fuck machine.
Jesus.
But it's something so much more than that. Like that. Like
Yeah.
those are just 3 of the words that you use to describe this thing.
You could literally make a living on that, technically, if it's bad as it seems.
People
It's-
pay for it, especially in Japan.
Japan.
I've
yeah.
learned this.
Japan will buy anything.
Men and
Yeah.
women are totally over like interacting with each other.
Well, yeah,
They're like,
everything's
we have
digital now."
robots.
Yeah.
We have dildo bars.
They also have the vending machines with the dirty underwear.
Yes.
They also have sex robots.
Do you know there is also a lot of sex robots being sold right now? I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
It's actually there's a
What are they called?
business.
Real dolls.
Yeah,
Real
that's
dolls. There's a business of sex dolls.
Yes.
freaks me out a little
It's
bit.
weird.
But I mean,
I guess the old fashioned go to the bar and do that. Is, I guess, out
Find
of the
somebody
question.
to take home to fuck.
Yeah, but like you
Not
just
gonna
have.
happen anymore.
But if you think about it, you just have sex with it. You don't have to buy it anything. You don't have to take it out to dinner.
But wouldn't,
like,
wouldn't it would hurt my pride if I went online on Amazon, typed in
Someone's
sex
got to
doll.
deliver that.
Yeah, somebody's got to deliver that shit.
Poor guy. Well, I'm sure it comes in a
imagine,
box.
Imagine being like a 16-year-old guy, right?
Yeah.
Having to go to like Walgreens for the first time and having to buy condoms for himself, like the anxiety that you get.
yeah. Then, but now
Like,
you're getting
but now you're getting a fucking sex robot. Someone is delivering that to
Listen,
you.
A full-on
no
girl.
16-year-old is buying a sex robot.
You would
Yeah,
be
you can't-
surprised.
you can't-
You'll be
Listen,
surprised.
how much fucking money does a sex
Exactly.
robot cost?
They're expensive.
$1,000.
Pull it up,
They're
Mike.
expensive.
Mike, pull that up.
Yo, what? Okay.
The real dolls are like what, like $2,000?
Great.
I don't
What?
know, Shimen.
Great. Now I'm gonna have the sex robot history on my phone.
I think they're
Yeah,
like
Sarah's gonna look through your
$2,000.
thing. What?
They're expensive, but the thing is, like, don't you get lonely?
Well, like,
Well, I would hope so. I would hope
Right?
you wouldn't want one in the first place.
yeah, but
I
if you
don't
get lonely, does that mean type in sex doll?
You
and
just
then-
wait for the update.
Oh, that is a litter robot. Sorry, hold on. I don't know. I don't know what I just went into.
Just type in
That's
price
a
for
chair,
a.
bro.
Oh wait a minute.
Type in Google sex for a. Price
Siri.
for price
Oh,
for a sex
man.
robot.
5,000. Wait. It costs between $5,000 and $15,000 in the
What's
US.
the money? You might as well just get
you
a
gotta
girlfriend.
make an OnlyFans account and get one.
Why wouldn't you just hire a prostitute instead? Why would you buy a sex doll?
Because that's a lot dirtier
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people also. are
and
afraid-
illegal.
A lot of people are also
Jesus.
afraid of human interaction now, because like there's like a whole
Ew,
generation.
imagine like cleaning it out. Sorry, I'm sorry.
God.
Don't be sorry. It's actually a genuine question.
It is a
because,
genuine
you know,
Yeah,
like,
like
couple
that's
years,
just where
like,
my
dusty.
mind goes to. It's like, oh, you have to clean it out.
Ew.
A prostitute doesn't.
Yeah, but
No.
I'm making no assumptions. I'm just
I don't think being lonely though. I mean, if you're that lonely, would you risk typing in? Would you actually buy something like that?
If I was that lonely, well,
If I was that, no.
I'm a straight female, so I don't know if they make.
No, they make male ones
They make
too.
male
Yeah, they
ones.
do.
I'm good.
They make
Yeah,
male ones.
dildo bar.
Just echoes throughout my head. Dildo bar. Dildo bar.
It actually that's literally what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's what they want. I guess that's the agenda. Like,
Yeah, but isn't it better to interact with an actual female?
I feel like, or male.
no.
No.
What? I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Never mind then.
No.
Yeah, but a lot of people are scared to even.
Shimen just canceled all men.
No.
You hate her.
No, because like I would be bored because I want to like laugh with someone. You know?
Yeah, you wanna
watch
have-
a movie
you wanna
with
Do you guys
someone.
watch Black Mirror?
No.
I didn't
guys
watch
don't-
the last season.
You know exactly the one where the husband dies?
Guys, yes, I know
And, dude,
exactly which one you're
so
talking about.
There's Black Mirror spoilers. The fucking episode came out 10 years ago. It's like the best episode, but
That one is a good one.
This woman's husband died, and you know she's all fucked up about it and everything. And they have this service that goes through all the dude's emails and learns the person, and she starts getting emails from her husband and shit, and like texts and everything. And eventually they make like the robot. But then it goes Black Mirror, and you know, like it's not a real
Yeah.
person. It's just the person that your husband was when he sent emails and when he did this. And it was.
How did that end? Did she kill the robot
I
or
think
something?
she either killed herself or the robot.
Right, yeah, I forgot how that one ended. That was a good one, though.
I remember they're like it was Hux. Hux was the robot. General Hux from Star Wars. He was the robot.
He
the
was
odds?
he was
was a
the
good
fucking
episode.
robot.
All of the
10 years
episodes
ago?
are good. There's only like 2 episodes of Black Mirror that I don't like.
I don't think I'm ever gonna buy a robot.
Never again.
I'm hoping that you will find someone. So you won't have to think about, what's it called? What's that website we were just talking about?
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. You don't have to think about that anymore. You don't have to think about getting a sex robot. You can just have a female.
Wait, but what about when sex robots have OnlyFans? That's
No.
when it gets. That's where the line gets crossed.
No,
Seriously.
there are Instagram accounts that are dedicated to sex dolls. right
That's
now.
really
No,
weird.
Yeah, and it has more followers than me.
I'm sure you follow him.
No, that's really strange. But like, I don't want to judge people for what they're into, you know?
That's what I mean. I don't want to kink shame.
Yeah, I don't want to kink shame.
But I'm out here giving my opinion. I ain't into it.
My only question,
not
but
into it
I
either.
just think about why is this happening? That's my question is why. It's not the fact that it is happening, but what motivates people to buy stuff like that?
I think it's about
That's
what you
my
said.
question.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
wait, I forgot who said it. It was like people have a really hard time talking to other people. They have like this
Well,
social
yeah.
anxiety.
Social anxiety. I feel like
Yeah.
that's mostly because of the digital age.
Yeah.
I would have so much more anxiety buying a sex robot.
Why? She's not gonna like.
Yeah, well,
she's
first of
You
all,
have to buy it.
yeah, but if
You know some sales rep is going to call you in a month. So how's Emily number 4.3 doing?
Oh man.
it's because a lot of people are growing up behind the screen, and when that happens, they do not have a lot of social interaction, and they grow up with fear, anxiety about talking to other people. That's why a lot of people choose to just stay at home, and you could just stay at home on the internet all day and talk some shit through Twitter, and that's okay. And that's actually not like people will allow that to happen. Like your parents will be like, "Get outside, go play," you know.
That was in my ear, bro.
Oh,
Get outside.
I'm getting used to my new.
As I'm turning you up.
Thank you. I need to be heard. It's just that causes social anxiety, basically,
Yeah.
from being behind the screen for so many years.
Just hiding.
And when that happens, you don't like a guy, for example, won't have the opportunity to talk to another female and get those social skills necessary to find a girl or something. So what he'll do is he'll go on the internet, type in sex robot or sex doll, or he'll subscribe to this girl's OnlyFans account or Snapchat Premium.
Yeah,
Because he has nothing.
Because he doesn't want to go out and actually try to talk to them.
Yeah,
because he's
and
afraid.
He's also not getting the attention from other females. So the best thing he can do for himself, hypothetical, lonely male, I guess, he will subscribe to especially if it's anonymous. He
Yeah.
will subscribe to an OnlyFans account and pay the $10 a month and just interact. No, this is true though.
Shit's expensive.
Someone's going into great details here. I
Shit's
think you have
expensive.
experience.
But this is my thoughts today.
He was subscribed. He unsubscribed
Yeah.
recently. He was like, "Why am I doing
As
this?"
soon as he got here, he was like, I gotta unsubscribe.
Listen, they were on the site when we got here.
my ego and pride would not actually let me subscribe to that.
Research.
I just like to understand like why people do what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, of
know,
course, yeah.
And it honestly did kind of shock me. I was like, this isn't. Why is she making more money than I'm working my ass off here? And
Yeah, I'm
if
taking,
I show my
I'm
dick,
taking
I'm not gonna get.
physical-
That,
I'm taking physical and emotional abuse at work, and this person is just showing off their shit and making like double the amount of money I'm making.
like
the fuck?
why I can't make money from doing that, so that's just not fair.
Well, it's like those kids that play with toys on YouTube and then they make like millions of dollars.
That kid that made like
You know
$8
exactly-
billion
yeah. Yeah.
Or if you say, "How about that?" on Dr. Phil, and you become a star, and
Catch me outside.
yeah,
about that?
like it's just
gonna start swinging.
it just baffles me how you can get attention so
Wait.
easily and just go viral.
The best line of that entire thing was when Dr. Phil goes, "So the entire audience are a bunch of hoes?"
Yeah.
And she goes, "Yep."
Yep. But like you can go like viral just from something like that, and
Bad baby.
Bad baby.
and it's like if you get lucky and you somehow go viral, you can like make so much money just off or like that TikTok app that everybody
Yeah.
seems to be on. What's so special about that app?
It's like
Because-
I feel like it's like Vine. It's
Yeah.
almost like Vine, but like longer, right?
Yeah.
And like or
Some of them are funny
what
as
was that?
hell.
What was that other one? There was another app. That's similar, like Musically or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how it was.
It's like think of
Music.ly.
it's like that app and Vine mixed together, and so like people.
Vine
just-
was the OG though.
yeah, Vine was the shit, but like I don't know. I don't understand what it is, but I know so many people are just so fucking addicted to this app, and I'm just like, no, stop.
I think
There's some good ones.
There are some
My
good.
girlfriend sends me a bunch of them sometimes.
I
and I'm
get-
just
yeah,
like, this
you're-
shit's funny as hell.
I get them like daily.
yeah,
from my
that's the only
girlfriend.
that's
daily.
the only
No,
way
I
I know
multiples.
about them.
I know when
Because-
my girlfriend's on a break because I'll get like 9 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get.
Teresa and Katie will literally send them.
I will get like 3 to 4 like in an hour. I was like, stop, please, stop it.
But they're good.
But like
If
like
it
They're
was
funny.
bad content,
like
I
most
would
of them,
say bad
like
content.
most of them
Yeah.
were really good. Most of them, I was like, I see where you're going. But then like if I, because like how it comes up on my phone, it'll just automatically play the next one, and it's like always something real dumb. And I was like, bro, like why does this app exist?
You got to search for the gold.
Yeah.
Apparently, I don't have it.
I
just,
Either.
I don't have it.
I have no desire to
because
get
I don't.
that.
You know, I don't have it because when I get sent it, it sends me to Safari to then watch it through Safari and not through an app. So I don't even have
I don't
the
need
app.
it because they send them to me all day.
Yeah, like I don't need it.
I don't need it.
I don't need it, and it's killing.
I'm
everything.
sure next year there's gonna be a new app that everybody's on and doing because
Yeah.
it changes all the time.
Oh yeah, this shit.
I'm still not on Snapchat. I'm still not on Twitter.
I'm not on Snapchat or Twitter.
Twitter
Stay
is-
off Twitter.
Twitter is dangerous.
It is the
for
lawless
mind.
land. It is the wild west of social
Yeah.
media.
I mean, the
Twitter
one
is
that
dangerous.
I'm obsessed
I
with
thought that
is
was
Reddit.
4chan and Reddit. I
I
thought
No,
that was the
love
Wild
Reddit.
well,
West.
Reddit technically is too, but you have to really go. So like Twitter, just random stuff would pop out at you. Like I see the weirdest stuff on Twitter,
We see-
and I'm not saying I search it. It literally is on my
just
feed. Like I'll be
comes up
scrolling-
on the feed.
Yeah, new tweets.
yeah.
Oh, new tweets, and you just see some bullshit, and you just get your whole
it's
day is
fucking
ruined.
terrible.
Whenever I go to Twitter, I get depressed, but then I go back the next day, and it's like a cycle because it's just addicting. I know I'm addicted
Yeah.
to it. I know it's just I never know what I'm gonna find.
We always find the stupidest, most triggering fucking things. On
I
Twitter.
find dumb.
You can't-
just
I always
dumb.
just think like, why do we have 19 different ways to send a text message? Like, why do I need Snapchat to send a text message? Why do I need Instagram to send, like, but the fucking phone comes with the text message thing.
Well, I was just telling Chimen before that I have a friend who literally prefers to be messaged over Facebook Messenger than text message. So he won't answer his text messages, but
Oh, yeah.
he'll answer his Facebook Messenger, and I'm just like, bro, why? Like what?
I no, but honestly, I feel like that's also everyone. What phones do you guys have?
iPhone 8
iPhones?
Plus.
I'd rather not say.
10.
iPhone 6.
Chimen's on that envy.
Okay,
Stop.
the Envy Touch.
You're from 2016.
I can't help it.
But I feel like that's why, because like if people don't have the iPhone, I feel like people won't use like their normal messaging app. I feel like they'll just use the Facebook Messenger because it's universal.
There's a thing that people don't talk to people with Androids
Yeah.
because they don't like the
The
green.
green. Yeah,
Which is stupid.
But I feel like
That's so
I feel like
mean.
that's also why people with Androids won't text anybody else because they would on at least through their messenger because it doesn't come out right on theirs through their text messaging app, and that's probably why they use the Facebook Messenger.
Another example that says technology is just killing us.
Yeah.
Within
It's retarded.
if you're given too much power, it's bound to be abused. It's kind of
Yeah,
if you have the whole world to your fingertips, chances are you're gonna abuse it. It's just kind of how human nature is, right?
everyone's abusing the fuck out of the internet.
Well, I think it's gonna get worse
Oh, it will.
because
It will be.
especially these like my 11-year-old sister has an iPhone and she's always on it. I can't even you try to talk to her, hey, and then she'll just she won't be doing her homework because she'll be on TikTok and she'll be making these videos of her. I was like, what are you doing? When I was your age, I was playing Manhunt in the street. No one does that anymore. I don't see no kids playing Manhunt.
When I
That's
was her
because
age,
they'll get kidnapped.
when I was her age, I was playing Animal
People are
Crossing
literally
for
hunting
23
them.
hours straight. No shame.
When I was 11, I was playing Tony Hawk and playing
Pro Skater 3.
I was on my PS2,
And
which I still
failing
play.
school.
I'm the only person that I know that still plays PS2.
I sold my PS2.
I
and I'm
still
really
have my
depressed
GameCube.
about it.
could
I
you do
actually
that?
have a GameCube right in that
I
other
needed
room right there that I'm
between
selling
tickets.
to my friend.
Well, it's
You're
like,
selling a GameCube?
Like I have 3 of them. Right? One of them.
How
one
much, bro?
Of them, we could talk about that later.
I got
'cause
$8.
I have mine that I have my it's technically my second one, but it's the one that I've still had since I was a little kid that I've been playing forever. So it's still hooked up to my TV. And then I have another one that I had bought like a long time ago, and then my friend just recently gave me one of his because he still has his N64, so he has that hooked up in his house. But he said he doesn't really need the GameCube, so he gave me his GameCube. So I'm just chilling with it. But I'm selling one of them to my friend. But yeah.
GameCube was peak Nintendo.
Yo, yes, and everyone says they hate GameCube, bro. But like, I still play when I get the chance. I still play Animal Crossing because Animal Crossing was the shit,
Bro, Mario
Bro.
Baseball.
bro. Mario Kart Double Dash,
Mario Sunshine.
Spider-Man 2.
I had that on.
Super Mario Advance for the Nintendo DS / Game Boy Advance.
It was
I
the Game Boy
probably-
I
Advance,
was
bro.
all about Game Boy Advance.
Exactly. That
my
was a
shit.
real-
Pokemon Fire Red.
I had the red one.
See, like,
Pokemon
before
I
Diamond
had
and Pearl.
all of them.
I love
those
that.
Game Boys held a lot of battery too.
I still
they
have
lasted
it.
a while.
I still
Because
have
there's
it.
no light.
I
It
No,
was just a
no.
bunch of black lines.
The Game Boy SP had light though.
I know,
and that
but
still
that's
lasted.
later.
I know, but that still lasted a long
had
time.
I still have the Game Boy SP and it still works.
I saw. Yeah,
And I used to play it was like an MLB, it was like a baseball game, and I would play it from like I would go on vacation with my parents and we would drive to like Baltimore or something. And this is when I was like 7. And I literally played it until we got there and my Game Boy Advance SP was still like half charged. It was so nice.
Yeah, mine still works. I have the advance. I play it sometimes.
I have my DS somewhere.
I have 2 DSs, the original one, and like the screen is about to fall off, and then I still have my Game Boy, the Nintendo DS Lite, the black one. I think I need to find the charger there. I know it's dead, but I need to find the charger. I used to play it in back in college, and when I was playing both Fire Red and Pearl, Diamond and Pearl in
Brookdale?
one of our in Brookdale, one of our classes. I know I had it. I was playing it. I know I was. I don't remember.
It's probably we only had one class together, so I think it was the writing class.
We had that business class together.
Yeah, that was fun.
I don't remember anything about it except that Mike was in it.
Like I'm
And
yeah, I know.
The teacher owned a landscaping company.
Yeah,
That was it.
Yeah, that was about it. And he talked
think I
about
gotta be-
cars and whatever.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
That was
I miss
and
Brookdale.
we would just take
Brookdale was a
pictures.
long time ago.
We would just take pictures of like the questions of like what the answers of the essays, and I would have to send them to you because you would leave just before that would happen. So I took the pictures and sent them to you.
Yo, Brookdale was wild.
I don't even remember passing my business class in high school.
I don't
I
remember.
think I did.
I don't remember the majority of my Brookdale
Experience.
I love
That was probably
Brookdale.
it. And
I
our
love that
class.
there.
Brookdale does not care about you, by the way, for anyone
Brookdale
curious.
doesn't care about you, but that's because nobody at Brookdale cares about anything.
I know.
And I miss that.
Me too. It's really different when you
Like
go to
going,
like a 4-year.
yeah, going from Brookdale to a 4-year was so weird the first week. Brookdale, everyone goes to class and then they go the fuck home.
You know.
You go to class at Brookdale and then afterwards it was like, yeah, you want to hang out? You want to jam? I'm like, not
no,
really.
I want to fucking go home.
Yeah, like I want to go take a nap in my car.
Yeah, legit. I remember. The first semester I had one class a day, and I would from Monday to Friday I'd have one class, and most of them were like 8 a.m. classes, and
That's where you made a big mistake.
I fucking hated it.
Yeah.
I hated it, and so I'd go to the class. We'd be in there for like an hour and a half and like the class would be like a 2-hour class, and like they would just tell us to go home early, and then I'd fucking go back home, take a nap. I'd be done.
What else are you supposed to do?
That's my
go
fucking,
make friends? No.
that was my fucking day. I never even hit the student life center until like my 3rd semester.
The most amazing moment at Brookdale was there was a guy that we went to high school with, and I was sitting in like, I guess the student
Life
center or
center,
some
right?
shit,
Yeah.
and I'm just sitting there talking to him, and some guy walked up to him and he was like, "Hey man, you're in my chemistry class, right?" And the guy, he looks up, he goes, "I'm here to pass, not make friends." I was like,
Mood.
"What the fuck?"
That's a
Yo.
fat mood. Seriously.
I guess I'll leave too.
Jesus,
Holy shit.
that's how you
No,
fucking
yeah.
do it.
Transferring is like, that was a lot of crying.
It's a lot. It's a lot of
Lots of crying.
It's a lot of struggle.
Yeah, it's a struggle.
Especially because it sucked for me because I went from one major to a different major before I transferred, and so like I was like almost done with one major, and then I switched my major, and so then I had to quickly get through that major to then transfer and then go to another school with that major, and so like the majority of the shit that I did just didn't count.
But you're still at Brookdale, right?
Technically, but I am a Rutgers student.
Yeah.
Just through Brookdale. So like I go to I
Yeah.
technically would go to the campus, but I have an ID for Rutgers. Oh shit.
That's
I have
so
an
cool.
ID for Rutgers and shit, but
I really wish I could have done that.
yeah, it was only for like certain majors
Yeah, I
anyway.
hate it.
Brookdale just would have been better if they actually guided you to transferring. Like, they tell
Yeah.
you what classes you need to graduate, but then you have like 18 other classes that are just like electives. And I mean, like, I took a lot of bullshit classes. I took
Me
like film
too.
appreciation.
Me too.
Me too.
And then
I
like,
thought
but
that was
then
a good
like I
class, though.
transferred to a 4-year school, and they're like, yeah, you need to take another semester here because you need this, and this. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And I barely graduated from Brookdale on time. I got in through a technicality.
What was the technicality?
Well, my major was music technology,
Yeah.
and for music technology, you need 4 semesters of Pro Tools. And the way you do it, because Brookdale's a 2-year school, you do the first fall semester, you take Pro Tools 1, then spring Pro Tools 2, then fall Pro Tools 3, and then like that.
So, yeah.
Nobody said anything about that when we went there in high school to make our schedules.
Yeah.
No one said that. So I missed the first Pro Tools class. So then I had to wait a whole year to take the next one,
Right,
but I was
yeah.
supposed to graduate that time. And the semester that I went in on is the last semester where you could kind of substitute stuff, and they changed it the next semester. So I got out of there through technicality.
Got it.
Which is fucked up and stupid.
That's some fuck shit. Hello, Andrew. Welcome back.
Oh yeah, I had to go to the
You
bathroom.
had to vacate.
Whoa.
Well, when you're not consuming any food at all, your body just kind of gets rid of water like crazy. So
We were talking about how Brookdale is terrible.
Yeah, Brookdale food.
Brookdale food causes AIDS.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
It is just the food that they give in schools, including high school, is actually super unhealthy for you and will kill you.
Monmouth food was pretty good.
What was?
The Monmouth, where I went.
Oh, I never.
They had a
I wouldn't know.
Dunkin'. They had a Dunkin' on campus.
They use
Suckers
horrible
was okay.
ingredients. Like
And then they had like burgers and shit. It was awesome.
colleges
Pizza.
promote obesity.
It's okay. We're all
So-
sad and depressed. It's okay. I don't care about my health.
But why
The
are you
last thing I
depressed?
cared about when I was having to write a 19-page essay was how many calories this giant slice of pizza was.
Yeah, but you're like super skinny. Like you're able to like eat a lot more than I can. Like I easily bloat. Like if I were to eat like pizza or something, I'm just like
Well,
I feel like the
Dead.
pizza
Not
would fly
my
out my
problem.
stomach.
it's my problem.
It's not your problem. It's my problem.
It literally is. It's like I don't know, food school from food.
Food from school. There's your brain.
go eat something.
There's your
No.
brain taking a shit, taking a steamy dump right
My
now.
theory is that some of my brain cells deplete.
You're going to die.
I don't know how
can't
I'm
kill-
not like 500 pounds because I ate sandwiches every day.
That's
because
because you're insulin sensitive, and so are you. And
I don't know what that means.
I
You
was.
were.
We
It's
had
because
that conversation
people
a lot.
like you and Alex can eat whatever you want, and you won't get fat. And when I have a bagel, my ass
Do you
just jiggles.
hear like the disdain in his voice?
Bro,
like
Thursday night, I was driving home from Asbury, and it was like 12:30, and I was like looking at my passenger seat. I was like, I got half a pizza right there. I ate it on the drive home,
On
and
third,
then I went to bed.
while you were doing that, I was in my bed crying because I couldn't eat dinner.
And that pizza was damn good.
I've
Shout out to Tallulah's.
I've literally been in prison for a week, and I'm about to be released tomorrow.
Dude, prisoners eat.
Well, I guess I'm
Some
beyond.
at
I,
least it's tomorrow.
what?
It's tomorrow and you can eat it. You know, you've
It
made
has
it
to be
this
tomorrow
far.
at 6 p.m.
Fuck
I'm allowed
that,
to eat.
midnight.
6 p.m.
Yeah, because last time I ate was Sunday. Last
Oh
Sunday
my
at 6 p.m.
God,
So if I eat,
Andrew.
Do you know what you're gonna eat?
But the thing is like
I
he
would have
can't.
I would have been thinking about it all week.
I
what
have
I'm gonna
been.
eat.
I'm gonna start out with chicken broth because I can't just go in and
Why?
eat.
What?
Because
listen, he can't just scarf down.
Yeah,
like,
because then my
yeah,
body will
everything.
go on self-destruct mode, and I'll just
he will die. He
Yeah.
will die if he does
Yeah,
that.
so I start
He
out
has-
small.
He's
I
gonna
eat-
start
yeah.
with chicken broth. He's gotta because especially the chicken broth has a lot
My
of
body's
sodium.
very sensitive right now to food, so if I eat something, it has to take it right. I have to go slow.
He has to go very slow. Start
You know.
eating like a little bit here and there.
So I start with
Yeah.
chicken broth, and an hour later, I'm gonna have like a burger, and then I'm gonna eat more.
An hour later. Yo,
Yeah, I have to wait.
fuck
I have to
that.
wait like an hour for my body to actually process. Like, be like,
I'd,
oh
like,
my
make
gosh,
pancakes.
Yeah, me too.
my body. I miss
Go to,
my
like-
Oh,
pancakes.
you know,
Go to Fridays, endless apps, that shit.
I haven't eaten in a week, but the first thing I'm gonna eat, chicken
Chicken
broth.
broth. I'm gonna drink some chicken broth.
You know, it's not easy being the
I don't even,
1%.
what
Okay.
the fuck is chicken broth?
I
It's
don't know,
like
I'm
the,
impressed.
it's the chicken
Isn't
and
it
the
like
broth.
soup?
It's yes. Well,
It's the
okay.
broth from chicken noodle soup.
But what's
Yeah.
broth?
Or broth.
Broth is the water.
Yeah.
So it's
It
you're
is the-
drinking. You're not eating.
Technically, but it is calories though. Like
It-
I have to
yeah.
go
Do you
easy.
eat Slurpees?
I don't know. I'm impressed by it.
But I'll
I would
drink.
never make it this far.
I know. I respect it.
Yeah, I
but
respect it.
Well, that's
I
why I'm
can't
doing
do
it
it. I
because
can't do
the
it.
fact that I know no one else will do it is one of the reasons that motivated me to do it.
Yeah, good for
To
you.
be that one guy that will
Andrew,
do
I'm
the
just being
one.
obnoxious. I love you. But
No, but it's
okay.
like
I just know I'm angry because I know I wouldn't be able to do it, so
Me
I'm
either.
expressing
Oh,
it.
Yeah.
my family just thinks I'm an idiot. So I mean, well, technically it's not smart, but I'm proving that it can be done.
Good
Right.
for you.
I think
Yeah.
my family would disown me if I said I'm not going to eat for a week.
My dad would just.
Oh,
love
what-
that.
Yeah, like,
I got
no,
this- I
you're
got-
going to eat.
I got
or-
disowned years ago, so yeah, I ain't got to worry about that.
You know, my dad's Arab, so like they're big on eating.
Italian?
I-
Manja!
Yeah. I wouldn't be able to do it because
But yeah, my
I'm
mom's-
hungry now.
I know,
I've had coworkers come up to me in the past week and just give me money, like please go eat something, and I'm like, no, I'm sticking to
wait,
my
Oh my
guns.
god,
Wait,
they
didn't-
think you're
didn't-
poor.
Yeah,
Wait, didn't a
I
customer-
told them I'm poor. I was like, I am.
didn't a customer give you Texas Roadhouse
Yeah,
peanuts?
one of the customers tipped me with a with Texas Roadhouse peanuts, like a bag of them, and I was like, I can't even eat this, but I'll take it for Sunday. I'll eat on Sunday.
Where do you work?
Well,
Hey.
at a convenience store near me.
And they tip?
Yeah.
Technically, you're not allowed to, but they do.
What?
I've never.
I've been tipped
Done
at
that.
a store that
thanks
I
for
had
not
worked
tipping
at
all
one
these
time.
years, Alex.
What the fuck?
You'd be surprised.
I'm getting a water. You want me to tip you?
Oh, yeah, we get dollars, and I save them up, and that's what pays for my
Yo,
gas.
last time I was at trying to steal my change. You know, because
I stole
oh fuck, I
change.
spoiled it. I'll put a bleep in it.
I love that.
Just because they're going to fire me.
Last
If I-
time I was
They
there,
will. They will fire.
the cashier, she was like, "Do you want your change?"
No.
I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Okay," and then she hit the button to let the change out. I was sitting there waiting.
It's weird.
Is it? Do
It's
people
awkward.
do people go there and be like, "Keep the change"?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you allowed? When I worked places like that, you weren't allowed to do anything.
Yeah. They if they don't want it, I mean, we'll just throw it or we'll
Yeah,
keep it.
I got a warning.
We'll just throw it away.
I got a warning because I helped. I worked at Kohl's and I helped the woman move like a kitchen set to her car, and she gave me $10. I got in trouble.
Bruh.
Did you
No.
take the $10?
Yeah, what the fuck?
No, my company doesn't even care.
That's more than I make in an hour there.
That's so sad that you got in trouble for
I
that.
don't care. Fuck that place.
Seriously, fuck that place. Fuck retail.
Fuck Kohl's.
Fuck Kohl's.
Yeah, but people actually, they would, my coworkers just give me money, like, please eat something. I'd be like, I can't do it, man. Because, like, I'm the kind of guy that likes to do what he says. Because if I don't do what I say I'm going to do, it kind of hurts my ego. So I'll just be like, it hurts me. Like, I have to be that guy that does what he says he's going to do. Otherwise, I just feel like a little bitch.
Oh, you must be so much fun playing board games with.
I just kill people.
Have you ever heard of the game Munchkin?
No.
It is a.
Yo, Munchkins.
You know what Munchkin is, right?
No, I know Munchkins.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, bro,
Donuts.
bro.
I
Okay,
know
so
there's that Cards Against
Munchkin,
Humanity
Munchkin
game.
is like a, it's almost like a D&D, but it's like a board, but
Okay.
it's like this weird small board game. And so, like, you have to you get certain cards and like they're creatures and like you put them on the field and then like you have to attack them and you have to beat them to go on. And so he had the most powerful creature in the game in his hand, and he played it that he had to fight himself, and he didn't realize what the hell he was doing. He's like, I summoned this, and it was the dragon that like will instantly kill him, and he was like, oh, oops.
The last time I played a card game, it was that card game that we played. No, what was it? Cards Against Humanity, but it was like another version of it.
No, it was the drinking game that we played here that you got completely trashed because
Okay,
all we
yeah,
do
let me say
all
that.
we do is just
Because
make
you
you
don't
drink.
eat.
Oh no! You know what? Every time I play like a card game with these guys, and you have to like, this guy has to take a shot. Everyone points at me. I'm the target because apparently I'm the most outgoing, like, drunk person in the group. So everyone wants to purposely get me drunk, and it works because I can't really say no because then it makes me look
And
like a
you-
little bitch.
and you
So I
get-
You're a
can't-
bitch.
And you
I-
get drunk quickly because you don't have carbs in your system to hold it back.
I do keto, which means alcohol affects me 3 times as much as a regular person.
Jesus
so,
Christ. I'd be on
so
the
one
frickin'
shot is
floor.
3. One shot is 3.
Yeah, I'd be on
so
the floor.
I get super drunk, and everybody starts like, pick someone to take a shot, and then everybody points at me. I'm just like,
So, like, if you took a shot right now, you would die.
I would be in trouble.
It would also break his fast.
The rest of the night would be us at the hospital.
That's the first thing you do. 6 o'clock tomorrow.
Jack
Found it.
fire.
Well, yeah, and when I drink, I drink straight whiskey. I don't drink beer because that contains estrogen, and I'm not a little bitch to take estrogen, so I'm not gonna do that. So
Fuck.
I hate
I've
beer.
never had beer.
So you're so
So-
innocent.
Yeah, so yeah, straight whiskey is fun though.
Or Jack.
You
Yeah.
don't you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know.
I've what?
You wouldn't know, but it's fun.
Do you said you drink sometimes?
Yeah, I've
What do you drink?
what do I drink? Oh, like all the fruity drinks.
Oh, fucking
Fruity
No,
drinks.
I love Jack Daniels. I love some
Jack
Jack,
Fire.
and
Jack
Coke.
Fire is the
You've
shit.
ever had Jack Fire?
I don't think so,
I
but
have
I've
some over
had
there.
the Jack.
Joking.
What's it? What is it? The
Let's-
Jack Honey.
Everyone can
Oh,
drink
the Jack
except me.
Honey.
I don't like that one.
No.
I
What was the other Jack? What
I
was
got
that other
terrible
Jack? we
Oh,
Jack
saw?
Jack
Honey.
Honey. Jack Honey.
No, we just said Jack Honey. The other Jack.
I have half a brain right now.
I know.
okay?
I noticed. No, it's like a number one. I don't remember what the fuck it is. It was a weird one. It's no, Gentleman. It's the Gentleman
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Gentleman Jack.
I never had
I don't
that
think
That
I've
one.
had
That
that
one. It has a weird taste. I don't know how I feel, but like
I usually just have like the regular Jack.
yeah, I'm the regular Jack I'm cool with. I'll have it once in a while, but like my go-to is always Jack Fire. I don't know why, and I hate Fireball.
It's the only thing that I
Fucking
can drink
hate
straight.
Fireball.
I mean,
with
when it comes to
passion.
beer,
yeah,
Beer is
Guinness and Heineken,
beer is complete estrogen and carbs. That is
it makes me feel so
unacceptable.
bloated.
Exactly.
I honestly don't drink that much. I never did. Like I'll have like
I'm
one
a
or two.
novice.
And that's
I
it.
only started drinking like last November.
What do you drink?
I could tell you every drink I've had in my entire life.
Do it.
That's
Do it.
impressive.
Okay.
Do it.
So we were in New Orleans, and I shared a hurricane with Teresa. I
What's
don't know
that?
what
Bruh.
it is.
I've no idea what
Ironic.
that is.
It's good.
Okay,
I
good.
don't know.
Sounds like a green tea shot, whatever. that
No, it was like red and shit. It looked like a melted Slurpee. But it was
Wow.
is. Did
Okay.
it do the job?
It tasted like Hawaiian Punch.
Have you ever been
That
But
sounds
wasted?
like less
good.
strong.
Have you ever been wasted?
I don't think so.
You don't remember? Well, that means you probably were.
I cannot.
And in New Orleans, we had that. I just kind of kept stealing Teresa's drinks, but I had my own Jack and Coke.
Yum, that's my favorite.
The original OG.
And then
Yeah,
like
okay.
I didn't drink till like 3 months later. Just a couple weeks ago, me and Teresa went to Philly, and it was like a hot chocolate coffee drink. It was like vodka.
Sounds good.
That sounds like something.
It was really good. And then after that, we went to some other bar and got like a pineapple vodka thingy.
That sounds good.
And that's about it. That's everything I've ever.
Yeah.
That's all the drinks I've had by myself and not just stealing off of my girlfriend.
I cannot imagine drinking.
I had a sip of Metallica beer, but I think it was old, so I spit it out and threw it out.
I'm that
Or
guy.
beer just sucks.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
I'm that guy who has to get drunk if he drinks because I don't see the point of drinking for myself, and unless I'm getting drunk. Maybe that's just might be. I don't know if that sounds
That's
different.
Well, it's
an
not-
alcoholic.
Andrew,
It's a-
have you
it's a lot-
thought of talking to a
But
therapist?
it's a lot
I am
easier.
the therapist.
It's a lot easier for you.
Jack is my therapist.
His name is Jack.
I don't need to tell a therapist something I could just tell my friends about and just bitch about. And they could be like, "It's okay, just go to work."
It's okay. Have another shot. Have another shot. You're
Yeah,
good.
see, that's the support that I need.
good.
I need friends who will put a drink in front of me.
Shut up. Take another hit.
Just
Stop
drink,
being a pussy.
drink this.
I know it sounds depressing, but I don't like to drink. I like drinking for fun, but I also know there's a purpose to drinking. There is an opportunity that awaits me
I'm
if I
on
keep
with Alex
taking.
on this one.
I don't know.
Like
maybe-
you said, I went 23 years of my life never having a drink.
I went 20 years, I think.
The
20
first
I
time
think,
you drank was basically with me.
You guys didn't drink in high school?
No.
No, actually, the first time I
No.
drank was when I graduated high school. Actually,
Yeah,
And that was-
the first time he ever drank was his graduation party.
yeah, and I
And he got fucked.
Which Alex and I were not invited to.
Yeah.
Oh no, the whole thing was a shit show, and you were
I
glad.
tried to invite you. You
should have
rejected
been.
me. I
You
tried.
should have been
Whoa.
fucking
I tried.
You never
Chimen
asked.
left you on red.
I did.
forever.
He never asked
So many
me.
times she left me on red. I tried to reach out.
Trust
to
me
you, but-
though. You should have been grateful that you were
Mike,
never
tell
invited
her.
to that.
Tell him about my graduation party.
Yeah,
high
so
school.
they had a shit ton of fucking alcohol, like truckloads of alcohol. I don't even know how the fuck they got it all, but yeah. So it was in his backyard, and there was a whole bunch of different people there from like different towns. Because we used to hang out in a whole bunch of different towns. So like we had everybody come here, and everybody was fucking drinking. Our friend John, he was like asleep for like half of the party because he
started drinking early.
he started drinking early. He got drunk and he was just asleep.
Yeah, I can't do that.
And so I think by the end of the night, everybody except me, because I wasn't drinking, was wasted. Everyone was gone.
He was the DD.
And and yeah, I was bringing people, sending people home, stuff like that, and people that were there had girlfriends that weren't there, and they were pretty much cheating on them.
That's nice. All right, let's end this now
And then
before
they
I get
came-
really angry.
and, yo, and
This is
then
the
those people
reality, though.
came, and then the people, those significant others came.
That's so
Yeah,
gross.
they came to my party, and my family was there.
and I had to stop.
That's so gross.
Yeah, it
my
was really
family
bad.
was there.
It was really
and,
bad.
and then towards like at one point, people were skinny dipping in my pool, and I was
Oh
like,
yeah, people were
"What?"
skinny dipping in this pool and stuff. Yeah, it's really.
I was like, "What's going on?"
All right,
I
I'm
feel
happy
like
you
you didn't go,
invite me.
Chimen.
I know. I just
that's
said
why.
that.
That's why I just said you were grateful. That you
Other
didn't
than
go.
that, it was fun. I mean,
I
Sure.
went to the. I think I told you guys I went to Paige's graduation party or
yeah,
Erica's graduation party.
yeah, one of them.
Yeah, I remember that. I wasn't there, but I remember.
Yeah.
what was that like?
That was terrible.
Why?
I already gotten like my granny nightgown on, and I got a text message from Teresa. She's like, "You want to go to this party?" And I'm like, "Not really. Like, I wasn't into that kind of stuff. We didn't go do that stuff in high school. You know what I mean?"
I still don't do that.
Yeah,
I
me
never got
either.
invited to parties. I was like,
Yeah, we
"Ah."
never got invited to parties.
So I think she was like, "Please, like, let's just go." And I'm like, "Okay, let's go." So we go, and we had to run from the cops. Like us,
That-
you know
that's
what I
fun.
mean? Like,
I
no,
feel
it
like
was so
I feel like that's the
bad.
majority of high school parties though.
It
It
was
was just
so
running
bad.
from cops.
Because Erica was on the roof and everyone was telling her to jump.
That's
Well-
the only story that I know from that part.
That's probably like the greatest thing ever.
Do a flip. Do a flip.
No, and like everyone, like I remember like Darius or something. He was like, "Oh, my favorite girls," and I'm like, "Dude, fuck off! I hate you." Like I hate it. I just hated that shit. But
I didn't. I mean, that was the first time I ever drank. I was like,
I think I've been to
And
like 3 parties in my entire life, like real life parties. None
that
in
was
high
the
school.
only one that I went to.
Most of the only parties I went to, I'm pretty sure all of the parties I've went to in college were actually just basement shows.
Yeah.
They were just like a
like
bunch of
to-
people in a basement playing music.
It just
I
wasn't
like
my
to.
thing. It wasn't ever my thing.
I like to be the party starter.
I hate everyone, so
I like.
You're always the one.
I would just go there and be annoyed for 2 hours and then go home.
Literally
Yeah, that
me.
was me at Paige's party.
Literally me most of the time. I just sit there.
Yeah, me too.
And I would just fuck with him because he would be the one
Yeah.
that'd start the whole
Because
shit.
you'd be
so-
fucked up.
yeah, and I just fuck with him
Yeah.
the whole time.
I would be that guy.
Because I normally wouldn't drink because normally I'm the one that has to take his dumbass home. So he's
Yeah.
the one that's got to be.
And I'm happy with that.
He's
I'm
got to be
okay
drunk
with that.
for me. He's got to have enough to drink for me.
Well, yeah,
to
because-
have as much fun for
Yeah.
me, and then I get to take him home.
Because whenever I get drunk, I just do something outrageous.
You
And
just
like there's countless stories of me just doing just.
stupid.
I've only
weird
been drunk
things.
once, and it was because I was really sad.
I can't
So I got
say
drunk
the
once.
same.
One time I got really drunk.
I don't
while-
think I've ever been drunk.
one
You
time
don't
I-
need to be.
I've felt it.
It's
Like
so
I've gotten up from sitting and having a drink and felt it.
Yeah.
But I was never like fucked up and stupid.
I can't
every
get drunk.
time.
I can't get drunk and then start moving around, or else I get sick.
I've one time I got drunk while watching Casablanca and like I was just I don't know
Classic.
why. Yeah, I was just watching that and I was like, wow.
I have it on DVD.
I was like, poor Rick, and I was just thinking, I don't know. Damn you, Elsa.
No, remember when you had like 17, like what was it, 17 shots of Absolute vodka?
Yeah, my record right now of how much I drank, and this is straight, by the way. I've had 17 shots of Absolute vodka at a bar.
I'm gonna throw up.
in one in one,
You paid for it all?
yeah.
Yeah, like I would give the
fucking mine.
I'd give the bartender $20, so it was like $5 a shot, and she would give me 4 shots. She saw like, give me another 4 shots, so I give her
So
$20.
you spent like $80.
Yeah, correct.
Like
Yeah.
that.
I'm
but I kept
totaling
going.
it up right now.
So while
That's like $80.
85.
yeah,
You
in one
found
night,
out.
and the craziest thing was that there was a pool table, and when I was 15, 16 shots in, I beat one of my friends at pool.
I thought you said
while
when you were
drunk.
15 years
And
old.
he was no, this is like 3 years ago. And
Yeah, 3-4 years ago.
I beat him while drunk in pool, and I kind of try to test the theory with air hockey as well. I think I play better when I'm like under the influence.
Yeah.
I don't know if
That's
that's
a thing.
some psychological
A
shit.
myth.
It's reality.
Mythbusters.
I've done it.
Everyone says like I bowl better when I'm drunk.
no, I
I play
that's-
darts very unsafely. I play darts better when I'm drunk.
No, but after that 17 shot thing, I remember because I know I wasn't there for that, but I remember everybody telling me that the people that you went to the bar with, they put you back in the car, and you were just like, oh, like, and they tried strapping you in, and you wouldn't let them strap you in, so then you were just back there with no seatbelt on and shit. And when they made a turn into a convenience store, you flew the other direction and bashed your head into the window on the other side of the car.
We went to a convenience store near us, and I was just like being wild.
Oh yeah, you flew into their lunch refrigerated case.
Was it Krausers?
No, no,
It's not
no,
Krausers?
no, no, no.
Okay. Okay.
This was in a different town.
Got
Possibly.
it. Okay. Gotcha.
I'm that guy that just does something completely
Dumb.
like outrageous and random. Like
Like stop eating for a week.
Yeah. Well, it's like last time I went to the bowling alley. I
At
did something
17
incredible.
shots.
Oh yeah, you
Of
gotta
vodka.
wait. Tell them that story.
Do you want to hear a story about what happened like 2 weeks ago?
If I said no, would it?
It does not have to do with drinking
Well,
though.
the question is, do you really want to know?
Yes.
So 2 Saturdays ago, Mike was there. Mike, he's a witness to this, by the way.
I am a full
Got it.
witness.
You're gonna like this one.
I
So
looked at talking
we
to
were
Mike
we were
about this.
bowling. There was 5 of us, and right next to us there was these 3 girls. Like it looks like they were having like a girls' night or something. Whatever. They were all 3
Don't
different.
call
girls.
it that. We just
I don't
hang
know
out,
what-
okay?
You call it a girls' night. Don't
But no-
say you don't.
But there's more to the
Girls'
story.
night,
There's a
okay.
reason I called it because she
Okay.
referred to it as that. We'll
Okay,
get to that
okay,
part in
okay,
the story.
okay.
This is a good
Got
one.
it.
This actually happened. So we were bowling, and next to us 3 girls. They were bowling as well. So we have a friend, and I was kind of like trying to hype him up. I was like, "Hey man, I have $10. I will give you." I was like, "I'll give you $10."
He's like, yeah, I got $10. Can you believe it?
Believe it or
Me.
not.
I don't have $10.
I have $3.
Well, here's what I did because I wanted him to kind of like make a move. I wanted him to kind of like I want to see if he would do it. So I said, I'll give you $10 if you go approach that girl and say, because we were bowling. So I come up with this line. He was gonna go over to her and say, "Hey, what's your name?" She was gonna tell him, and he was gonna be like, "Hey, listen. So if I get a strike, you have to come have a drink with me." because there's like a bar on the other end of the bowling alley.
This is why I don't leave my house.
Because Andrew's a creep. Or Andrew's friend is a creep.
Come on, it's
Okay.
It's just about having the guts to do it. So
Yeah.
So I was like, hey man, I'll give you $10 if you do this. He was like, oh no, I don't want to do it. And I was like, okay. So some time goes by, and I went to go get some water, and on my way back, some girl approached me that I didn't even know who she was. She was like, oh,
This isn't true, guys.
this actually, I wish I could say that.
I witnessed this
joking.
whole fucking thing. It was weird.
Yeah,
Okay.
This was
my
some
witness.
weird
So this
fucking
girl,
shit.
completely different girl. This is not one of the 3 girls. It's a completely different girl. She had a
Okay.
boyfriend with her. So she comes up to me.
I don't want to know where this story's going.
Do you want me to stop?
Keep going.
Okay.
So I bought her OnlyFans.
Yeah, plot twist. No, but so she has a boyfriend that's in the back, and I felt, God, this story's crazy.
Oh, I know where this is going.
I don't think you do. So basically, so she comes up to me on my way back to the guys, and they're all watching, by the way. So everyone isn't right. You're all in
I'm
shock.
watching.
Like, what's going on?
I'm watching.
So,
Everybody's watching.
She comes up to me and says, "Excuse me, but do I know you?" And I'm just like, "Oh my God!" And like I didn't know who she was, but she was kind of cute. So I played along for the sake of it. I was like, "Yeah, you do kind of look familiar." Like just me, whatever. I was like,
I'm gonna vomit.
I was like, you do kind of look familiar. And she's like, did we match on Tinder? I was like, I don't know about that.
Damn.
So like she was, so I was like, so we ended up just like talking for a second, and her boyfriend's like watching from the distance, like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Her their lane was like, we had an empty lane next to us, and then next to us was the 3 girls, and then next to them was this couple.
We're
Yeah.
sure that it's her boyfriend, not her brother.
We'll get to that part.
We'll get
this
to
is a
that.
good. You're gonna like this.
We're gonna get there.
This is
Okay.
a wild story.
We're gonna get there.
Alright.
He's sitting on the one of those chairs. It's like the elevated chairs.
Where'd you guys go? Just curious.
Bowling alley.
It's Bolero.
That used to be
That used to be Brunswick Zone.
Yep. Okay, I love that place. Yeah.
Former Brunswick.
Yeah,
Zone.
I love it too.
Yeah.
So
Oh God.
yeah, so this
Don't
girl
go
approaches
back.
me, and so we ended up talking, and then so eventually she left to go back to her boyfriend. And I was like, okay. At this point, I'm kind of confident at this one because I was like, oh my God, that was awesome. It was just because it was
Yeah.
random, like that
Yeah,
just
of
doesn't
course.
happen every day. So I go back to the guys, and they're all just like, what was that? And I'm just like, I don't know. So. At this point, I'm super confident, and I'm like, I told my friend again, listen, man, are you sure you don't want that $10? I'll give you $10 if you just go say that line. Just get it over with, just to give you, like,
Yeah,
some
yeah.
confidence. Just get out in
And the
world.
girls finished playing. The
So,
girls have
yeah.
finished playing. They're sitting down on a table that's like by the arcade.
Yeah, so at this point, the girls are done bowling, and they're by the arcade doing their thing. And I was like, you know what? My friend, I was like, if you're not going to do it, I'll do it, and I'll show you how it's done. Just to give you, he'll see it being done, and maybe he'll get confident, and then he'll do it again next time. Okay. So I get the bowling ball, because it's my turn. So I was like, okay, here we go. And Mike's my witness to this. So I go up to the girl, because the 3 girls at this point, they were sitting down just talking like, doing
Yeah,
their
yeah,
giggling,
yeah.
all that. Doing their thing.
Andrew said, doing girl things.
So they're just giggling. So I interrupt their conversation. I go in there. I say, excuse me? She's like, I was like, hi, what's your name? She told, I actually forgot her name. And I was like, I said what I said I was going to say. I said the line. So I was like, hey, so listen, it's my turn. And if I get a strike, you have to have a drink with me. She's
Okay.
like, well, I don't know about that. We're having a girls' night. And I was like, oh, why? You don't think I got what it takes? And she was like, yeah, this is a true story. And she's like, oh, I don't know about that. I was like, I'm going to go for it anyway. So I was super nervous at this point. So my hands were extremely sweaty from the interaction.
Yeah.
So I go make my shot, and I end up getting a gutter ball.
Immediate gutter ball.
Yes.
Immediate.
Yeah,
The ball fell out of his hand into the gutter and just went all the way. The whole entire fucking
Yeah, this is true story.
length of the lane. I fell out of my fucking
they
seat.
were all laughing.
I was crying on the ground.
I would have done the same.
And then I got up, like, he was like, oh fuck, and so I got up. I was like, it's okay, bro, you can get a spare. So he goes to get the ball, and then he just fucking does it again. I was like,
Fuck, it was an epic fail. So the 3 girls
You
had to
did
leave.
get a
Yeah.
strike.
Yeah, so
Wait,
everybody's laughing.
Guys, so what happened to that couple?
Oh, we're gonna get there.
Okay,
The story's
we're
not
done
over.
yet. Okay,
The story's not over
Jesus.
yet.
Okay,
Oh, this
okay,
is
okay.
this will be
better.
beginning.
This is a good
Okay.
story. So I get a gutter ball. The girls are like, they're all laughing at me secretly, and I'm just like, I'm not going back over there.
Yeah.
I would have just gone home.
Yeah, I was like, I'm done. And everybody's laughing still, so I was like, okay, whatever. So the 3 girls leave, and I was like, you happy now? So the girl and her boyfriend come back into the mix, and they end up getting the lane right next to us.
Okay.
So I'm just like, oh no. And at this point, we're on our 3rd game, but I don't have enough money to continue. So I was like, you know what, you guys keep playing without me or something. So the girl and her boyfriend are right next to us, and they're doing their thing, and they're playing the game. I was like, hey, hey, Mike, you think I could just use your turn? Can I just, go try one more time, just because I'm not able to play? So just give me a chance to take a shot.
And so I was like, yeah, sure. It was the first frame too. So I was like, yeah, take my
In
first
his
frame.
head, Mike was like, "Fuck you."
So
Don't ruin my record.
Yeah, I was like, I need to do well. But continue.
Yeah. So what happens is, I go to take like a turn for his thing, and before I take my shot, all you hear is, "You could do it, Andrew. Get the strike," because she remembered my name, and her boyfriend's like, "You gotta be fucking kidding me!" Like he knows what she's doing. So she's like, "You could do it, Andrew. Make a strike," and I was like, I looked at her, I was like, for you, fine, I'll make a strike. Just playing around. So I take a shot.
God.
I made a strike.
He got the fucking strike. I was so happy because that was my strike. It was mine. I said, yeah, fuck yeah, thanks.
So I ended up getting a strike. The girl jaws dropped. She was like, "What?" And everybody's like, it's like one of those crazy moments. Like, you can't believe this just happened.
Yeah.
So the girl immediately
Like the bowling alley.
So she basically
0 to hero.
She
Yes.
success. So she immediately leaves her boyfriend and just starts talking to me, and then she starts talking to everybody else. And this guy's like, "Bruh." Like this guy, this guy's getting destroyed.
Bruh.
And at one point, she tries to put the code over, and he's like, "Come on, I'm gonna start the car. Let's go." She was like, "No." And I was like, "Yo,
Oh shit.
this guy was getting disrespected by the max."
Hypergamy at his finest.
So we basically, long story short, we just end up talking, and she ends up leaving. But I was like, "What are the odds of that?"
That's fucking. Well, some couples are into that.
That's what I thought it was.
That's what I thought it was going
boyfriend,
to.
the
Her
boyfriend
boyfriend
was
wasn't.
not. No, because after
I
the
thought they were trying to get a third.
because
That's what I
after
thought, too.
after they talked and like after he
No,
came
'cause they
back
were
and
arguing.
stuff,
They were
they
arguing.
went to the bar and like they
Okay.
were like in a very deep conversation with each other.
Oh,
Like,
so she was probably purposely making him jealous.
Yeah, so she was like because my girlfriend was with us and she kept like she was getting curious about what was going on, so she would go like and get like food or get like a drink and she would pass the bar, and so she would like see what would be going on. So she was like trying to, she was touching him, holding him. He's like, it's okay, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's like we knew from that pretty much that like, she was just trying to, settle him down, calm him down, because like she was just doing her thing and he wasn't liking it.
And she was even telling me, she was like, "Oh, I don't even know if I have feelings for him. He bought me all this stuff," and I was like, "What?"
Whoa.
I hate when girls do that. That's ridiculous.
Which is kind of like what hypergamy is.
It is literally hypergamy.
That's what I was kind of like.
She told you, like, I don't know if I like him.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
like, he bought me the drinks and he paid for the bowling.
That's really
And bowling
weird.
is expensive.
But she's
Yeah.
like,
Bowling is expensive.
Let me
and
remind you,
she's-
bowling is expensive.
Yeah.
The shoes are expensive.
and she
Yes,
was saying,
that's
"I don't know if I actually have feelings for him anymore." And and this guy's like looking over like,
How long were they together for? Do you know?
she said they were together for 2 months.
Okay, so just break up with him.
Why not? So I'm saying, I was like, what are you doing? And
Do it now before they're dating, like, for...
Yeah.
yeah, but this guy looks
10
super
years.
upset. Like this
Yeah,
guy.
he's-
I mean, I can understand why.
Yeah. Like I hated to be looking in the same
that
like
was
I
just-
would hate to be looking at like in the direction of where he is, because like I feel like every time he would look towards us, he would just be like looking with the death
Well,
stare
that's
and
really
shit. and I'm
mean.
just
That's
like,
really mean, like, what she did. She didn't have
Yeah,
to do
no.
that.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
well,
I was like,
but that's just nature of most women though. That is nature of most women.
Guys, I think you guys keep forgetting I am also a lady.
I know, but that's why I said
I'm
most
staying
women.
quiet.
That's why I said most women. There's a lot of
I
women
can
that
never
are
do
like
it.
that.
I know
can
you
never do
can,
it.
but a lot of women do.
A lot of women do. There's a lot.
Really?
A lot.
I can never do it. I'd feel bad.
But it was right in front of me. Like it was literal disrespect right in front of this man.
Yeah, it's
And I felt bad
embarrassing.
for him. I actually
Yeah.
tried to get him in the conversation at one point, and she blocked him out right back out. I was like, "Yo,
That's nasty. I don't
Yeah,
like that at all.
that's some shit.
that's not awesome."
He should leave her.
Well, he's not going.
But
to.
he's not going to though.
He probably won't.
He's not going to.
Because from the behavior we were seeing, it looked like he was like, "Why are you doing this?"
Would have just went
Aw.
home.
Yeah, I would have just went home. I would have been like, fuck you, bitch.
Well,
Yeah.
towards
Went
the end,
home.
towards the end, he put the code over her like all nice, and he was like, "Listen, I'm gonna go start the car." She was like, "Just 1 second." I was
Yeah,
like,
I'm gonna go start the car.
But the crazy thing is, did you see it? Because I don't know if you actually saw that. I don't know where you
Which
were.
part?
But like it was like by the time we were actually leaving the bowling alley, she was talking to a whole big group of guys and girls. This huge group that was standing there waiting to like pay and stuff.
Yeah.
She was just talking to a whole bunch of them.
I feel bad.
We were
for
just
that
like,
guy.
Yeah, she sounds
"Fuck,
like that
bro."
girl that's like, I'm only friends with guys because girls are like so dramatic.
Insert picture of a girl being thrown with hot
Hot
dogs.
dogs. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking about.
Well, the reason I did this whole thing was I just wanted to. I guess I like to be that guy that just does what no one else will do. Right? Same thing with the 7-day fast. I went up to that girl and just said it just because I wanted to prove that it can be done.
Yeah, and you ruined our relationship.
You know.
Yeah, he did nothing.
joking.
He did absolutely nothing.
Yeah, but I still went up to the girl within the. But I didn't even approach one girl. I went up to.
Yeah,
there was
yeah.
3. Now that takes some kind.
I mean,
I
I
don't know
could
if I'm-
never do
That
it.
takes balls that that are bigger than most.
See, most people won't do something like that. In fact, most guys are afraid to talk to a girl.
Okay, well, I have a question. Why is that? Why are most guys afraid to talk to a girl? You guys
Okay.
are talking to me right now. Is it because I'm Chimen?
Well, here's the thing. Well, I mean, like when I was in middle school, I was very. Right,
The thing is I feel like it's easier for like us to talk to you because we've known you for a long time, right?
Okay.
And we were little kids.
Yeah, that's true.
But,
You,
yeah,
I mean, you
we were
guys
little
watched
kids.
me grow up.
Yeah.
You guys knew when I was ugly, so it's fine.
And you
my
knew when we
God.
were ugly. So I mean,
And,
we were fat.
and you should have remembered when I was fat.
I
yeah,
don't
you should have.
remember that.
But like that's different.
Okay.
Going up to a complete stranger, you don't know anything about them, you don't know their background, nothing, right? And they don't know nothing about you. So going up to somebody like that is completely different. It's completely like taboo.
You're also
Yeah.
risking rejection. And
Yeah,
a lot of people are very afraid.
Yeah,
to
a lot of
risk
people
that.
hate rejection.
But I also live by like the motto: rejection is better than regret. So like, what if
Yeah.
a guy is like somewhere and he's like really attracted to someone and he doesn't have the courage to approach her? But what if she would have been into him, right? Like, what if he risked rejection and then he went for it, and then she was, she was very reciprocative of the interaction, and then they would end up, going out in the future. But you would not know unless you took that risk, right?
Yeah, I mean, when guys approach me, they're not. The only problem I have with it is because they're not our age. They're like old men.
So you've been approached before.
Yeah, so I'm just like, please leave me alone. Like, I was at the pub once. It was actually Teresa. Remember when we went?
I was there. I was just thinking about that.
Yeah, remember? Do you
Let's hear
remember?
this one.
So okay, I mean, he wasn't old, but he was like too old
I don't
for
remember
me.
who you guys were talking about, but I just remember the commentary of.
This guy tried to he was talking to the bartender to try and get me a drink, but she was like, "No, I'm not doing that." Sorry.
Buying his way into affection.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
But
Beta
it's not
books.
that he was like old. He was just too old for me. He had to be in his 40s.
It's pretty old, bro.
I know, and I'm like, it's not too old.
Believe it or not, though, there are a lot of girls that are our age that would go for that, and I've seen it. I have seen it.
Yeah.
I can't do it because I think it's weird because my mom's only 45. So imagine me bringing home like a
Yeah.
40-year-old. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
like,
not into that. I'd
yeah.
rather be with someone my own age.
Yeah.
Like,
Yo, Mick Jagger's wife is younger than his granddaughter.
that's really
Well, it's like
What?
it's like when people say Leo DiCaprio goes for, because he always has like those
Yeah.
younger girls, right?
yeah.
But there's Ricky Gervais. He made the joke about it. He was talking about how
Oh,
long
yeah.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was. And he says, yeah, Leo was at the screening, and by the time the movie was over, his date was too old for him.
Yeah, that was a funny.
Ricky
one.
Gervais is funny.
Yeah.
But it's like most people just won't. They will not make an approach. They won't, and a lot of people are just scared. It's just
Yeah.
kind of it's
Yeah.
anxiety.
It's just the
Well, I
just
feel like
plain
most of the
anxiety.
time girls don't go out of the way to approach someone. I don't know. I feel like it's mostly on the dudes.
Well, I think it's more of a manly thing, right? To
Yeah,
like, take that risk, right?
Yeah.
Like old school, yeah.
Yeah, like I guess you can call it old school masculinity, I guess, where you just go for what you want and you just make
Yeah.
you risk rejection and you risk like something happening just to get it over with. Just like I said, rejection is better than regret.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people who will not make that, like there's a lot of probably wasted opportunities of people who do not go for what they want.
Yeah. There's a lot.
Which is one of the reasons that I did it at the bowling alley, just to show my friend, hey, you can do this.
Yeah.
It's like kind of like, I guess you could say it's a life lesson, right? I mean,
Well, I mean, you guys are nice guys. Like anyone would be, lucky enough to have you guys.
it's just
we try.
I don't know what we try to do, at least at this moment. We're trying to like motivate. I guess you could say motivate to take action that most people will not, because the truth is like very few percent of people will actually take the action necessary to improve their life, right?
Yeah, no one's really doing anything about themselves. I feel
Yeah.
they're
So-
more doing things for others,
Like
and
a guy
and
who-
they're hurting themselves in the process.
Yeah, I got that.
Like a guy who's afraid to approach a woman will buy someone's OnlyFans account,
Or
they'll-
buy them drinks and
or buy a sex robot.
Sad.
It may be sad, but this is actually happening.
This is
is
real
not.
life.
We're not making this up. This
Yeah,
is
this is-
actually what's going on in the world.
yeah, real world shit.
Real world problems.
Yes.
And I do blame the internet.
The
for some of
fucking
that
internet.
problem, because I do think that if you're growing up behind a screen and you're not going out and talking to people, like that's why I think kids should do like sports and stuff, like the scouts, and play little sports so you could learn that human interaction. Because if you go up behind a screen and you don't see that human interaction and you're not doing it, that's going to affect your social skills growing up. So by the time you are grown, you will be doing stuff like that, and you'll just be in your room on the internet on the fucking internet.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like another thing is like when approaching like, you know, like a guy or a girl, I think it's because most of the time a lot of girls can be really mean too.
That's correct because, you know, if you give, you know, I guess.
And guys too, sorry.
Well, yeah, well, I mean, technically more girls get approached than guys, obviously. Because you know, it's harder for. I think girls are even more afraid to get rejected than guys are, right?
Yeah.
Is that safe to say, maybe?
I think so, yeah. But sometimes I don't even think girls think like, oh, I'm gonna approach him. I'm gonna wait until he approaches me.
Correct. And how do they do that? They do that by covert signals.
Yes.
Eye contact, smiling, stuff like that. Like you don't even realize that body language will give it all away. But not many guys will know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you guys know?
I've seen it
because we've seen it. It's because if you go out and
and
you'll see the same things happening over and over again.
Yeah.
And you'll just put two and two together.
I've seen it, and I'm that guy to try things. Like as I said, I always ask why things happen. Like it's like I don't want to know why the car's running. I want to know how to put a car together. Same kind of concept. I want to know why things work. Well, yeah, do it. So I like, you know, we've gone out to social events, and I kind of observe behaviors of people, and like I've seen people display body language things that kind of said, hey, I want you to come talk to me, but I'm not going to come to you because I'm a girl, and I'm hoping that you're man enough. This is like what their subconscious says. I'm hoping that you're man enough to come over and talk to me. And most guys don't really see that hint. In fact, oh, well, she's going to reject me anyway, so I'm not going to actually go up to her.
Yeah.
You know, compared to, you know what? I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to, you know, she just smiled at me and she looked away and then she, you know, like she's whispering to her friends or something. You know, I'm going to go take that risk.
Stop it.
I'm gonna shoot my shot. Let me
this
go.
actually happened.
Yo, yeah.
And a woman that you can make a girl's day doing something like that just by, I think, getting approached. That obviously doesn't happen. At least if you're someone that you're attracted to, like that must make your day. If like someone that you think is attractive comes up to you and starts a conversation, you're just like, oh my god, you tell all your friends, oh, guess what just happened to me today? Oh, this guy just came up to me. He was so hot. Like that does happen.
Yeah.
That's actually conversation that happens, and only some guys will take those cues, the body language and stuff like that, because you're not gonna say, hey, you from across the bar, I want you to approach me because you're hot. Like you're not gonna do that.
That's what Chimen did at the pub.
No, I didn't. Stop it. No, he was so gross.
Most schools are not gonna say that. They're gonna make the body language cues. You're gonna smile at them. You're gonna give them like eye contact. Eye contact's a big one because if you think someone's attractive, you want to look at them, right? So if there's two eye contact back and forth, but there's also the other hand in which you have eye contact and a guy sees that eye contact, but he's too afraid to do anything anyway. So he waits like 2 hours, and by then you're already like, well, you already gave up on that. So by the time if he actually does get around to approaching you, you don't even care anymore. It's been 2 hours. And I'm done.
You've already looked onto another person.
Eye contact is also important when you don't want to be approached because I just have this like just bitch face, resting bitch face wherever I go, just so people won't approach me.
But I feel like sometimes people will find that more attractive.
Oh my god, why?
Believe it or not.
Yeah,
I look mean.
Some people like crazy women, so they think that a resting bitch face it means a crazy woman.
I just don't
so
want you to talk to me.
They'll just go right in.
Yeah, but if you're looking at them and smiling and not giving a resting bitch face, and they take that cue as in, okay, she might think I'm attractive. I'm gonna go talk to her, and then they do it.
Yeah.
I mean, that could make a whole person's day. I mean, I don't think if a girl is really into a guy, then if she's really outgoing, I think then she'll make an approach. But it doesn't happen too often. It does happen, but not to an extent, you know, because girls don't want to make that move, and I think they would rather not risking rejection and just not getting the guy at all than actually going and saying something. It's, you know, they don't want to risk rejection either because rejection can hurt a girl. Maybe even more so because, you know, they're an emotional nature.
Yeah.
Than guys, even though guys are pretty emotional these days, so I don't really know.
I'm pretty emotional, yeah.
But that's not a bad thing.
I feel like that's
I'm a
not a bad
sad
thing.
boy.
I am a sad boy.
A sad boy. I also feel like though people get like the wrong impressions too.
Explain.
Okay, so when I'm being nice to someone, it does not mean that I want to be with them. You know. So.
That's fact. People, but that's also a cue that some guys just can't understand.
Yeah. So there was.
Well, I think that's an evolution. I think there might be an evolutionary reason to why. But go on.
There was this one guy who, I would ask him about his auditions and stuff. And then he thought that I wanted to like hook up with him, but I really just thought we were friends, you know? I just thought we were friends. So that was kind of awkward. I don't talk to him anymore. There's a lot of reasons why I don't talk to him. But yeah, like
did he say it in a way that made you feel uncomfortable?
I don't know. I don't know how much I can get into this, but like
Well, you don't have to mention any names.
He
just
was
say what
really
happened.
he was drunk when
Well,
he
okay,
made
well.
it was that night
What
at
night?
Nick's Tavern. You
Oh.
had already left.
Yeah, I was there for like
I was
10
there for like
minutes.
5 more hours. So
5 hours.
he like said something to me, and he was just telling me like how pretty I was, and I was like, okay, thank you, like appreciate it, thanks.
See, that's a turnoff right there. But go on. I'm sorry. I didn't
What
mean to
when
cut you off.
someone you're like, oh, you're pretty.
Well, sometimes it is because it's like that takes away some of the mystery. Hear me out. Like, I think a woman's mind is a very powerful. What do you call it? That's what I'm looking for.
Tool?
It's a very powerful tool, right?
Yeah.
So if you go up to a woman and say, "Wow, you're so beautiful," you already took away a lot of that. You already took away a lot of that mystery, right? So now, like, she knows what you're thinking. So you know, compared to if he didn't say that, and you're kind of wondering in the back of your head, "Wow, does he think I'm cute or something, or what's going on here?" Like, he's like giving away all the power. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I also just didn't want to hear it just because I thought we were
Hey.
friends.
Well, yeah.
I
That
mean,
also
like, I
takes
don't
away some
care
of
if
the
you
mystery.
guys were like, oh, you're so pretty. I'd be like, thank you. But, like, he just kept going on and on about it. Oh, you're so beautiful. You're so pretty. Like, on and on. And I was like, okay, thank you. Like, I don't want to hear it. And I was like, you know me. I, like, make jokes when I'm uncomfortable. So I was like, oh, like, you don't want to see me in the morning. I did not mean that at all sexually. At all.
Yeah,
at
that-
all.
he didn't take it. But he was
And
also,
he was
And he
like,
did not take that
he was
in
like,
the correct way.
he was, what did he say? He was like, oh, I'd love to see you in the morning. And I was
Here we
like,
go.
all right.
See, once again, giving away
It's
all his
time
power.
to
Yes.
go home.
I was like, I want to go home.
She like, where's the?
I
There's
wanna
no
go
mystery in
home.
that. There's no
You know.
mystery. You gave away all the power. You told him.
For me, it was time to go home like 2 hours before that.
Yeah.
Another mistake guys make is going too sexual too fast. That takes away any mystery
Yeah.
that there will be.
Yeah, it's also
Like,
creepy.
girls like a story. That's a
Yeah.
powerful thing to remember. Girls like the story. Why do you think 50 Shades sells so much? There's a reason. Girls like the story.
Porn.
Porn.
Well, yeah, but it's a porn with a story,
True,
and that's
yeah,
what
yeah.
motivates a girl's mind. Is like the story.
Yeah.
That's what gets them. Like, it's the truth.
I'm in it for the plot.
Yeah.
Yeah, the plot and the
I
characters.
mean, some women just are into, like, you know, the sex stuff and then whatever.
yeah, for the one
Came
night.
for
but-
the sex, stayed for the plot.
But, yeah, I think people just sometimes get the wrong impression.
Well, yeah, but what I would have it is like, I mean, if you're, if you want to risk rejection, you don't have to say, I just want to see you in bed later. Like, you could just say, we should hang out sometime. And if you say no, take it cool. Don't go fucking nuts. Don't be like,
Yeah.
you fucking bitch.
And bash
Like,
my
you
face
know.
in. Yeah,
Yeah.
got it.
And yes, we cursed on this podcast. But, you know, like, some guys, they just get fucking super pissed off. But I
Yeah.
think, you know, rejection is part of kind of being a man, right?
Yeah, it's part of life. You know, we get rejected by jobs and shit, like
Yeah.
everything. We get
Oh,
rejected
Guys
yeah.
like
take
every day.
So like what I would do is like, hey, we should hang out sometime. She says no, take it as rejection and just leave it alone.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You don't have to say, oh well, we should. What do you mean you don't want to go out with me? You have a boyfriend
Yeah.
or something? Like these,
I would
and
just
I've
say-
seen this.
I would just say not take it personally. You know? Like, you might just not be her type or.
That's
like,
it. Exactly.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
That's when you go
Yeah,
to
exactly.
the, you know, you move on.
You move
It's
on and
simple
you
as
find
that.
someone else.
Just don't pretend like it never. Well, you don't pretend like it never happened, but you just be like, all right, whatever, see.
Yeah.
And then you just know what that's not it. Next.
I don't know. I'm into the whole, like, everything happens for a reason. So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So, like, if it didn't work out with that girl, then, you know.
Then it wasn't. Then it wasn't.
That's what I'm
meant to
saying.
be.
That wasn't meant to be. But also, attraction is not a choice. You're naturally attracted to some people, and some people you're not. That's just how it is. That's how
Yeah,
our DNA
exactly.
functions. That's how humans are.
I mean, isn't that kind of like, I've never used Tinder, but isn't that what Tinder's basically like? You're just swiping through their
Correct.
faces, right?
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
Well, their pictures.
Yeah, their
like
pictures,
their
yeah.
profile picture that they put up is just the one.
Yeah.
And then like you can, I think is it after you get matched? See, I barely ever went on it, so I wouldn't really know.
Well,
I
you-
don't remember it all.
here's an interesting fun fact. 100% of women only swipe on 20% of guys, whereas 100% of men, I believe, swipe on 80% of women.
I believe that.
Because the reality is that sites like Tinder, Pornhub stuff, they give statistics that we've never been able.
Back to Pornhub, guys.
What a difference in sites.
No, but aren't they kind of the same thing? I mean,
But, like,
Instagram is technically.
We got to think about it.
You can't DM the stars.
You got to think about it. Tinder pretty much is just used as like a way to just get free sex as well through humans.
Even
through
though-
humans you can actually interact with.
Yeah, but it's just they give statistics that you can check out, like just like for free. You could like just
Because they're
statistics, and
public.
it gives you information on more stuff that we've never known in the human existence, because the internet has given us the it's given us the opportunity to look at things that we've never been able to see before, like on a worldwide basis. Like there's like a global thing going on right now.
I don't know. I kind of have a problem with the whole like, just, God, I believe in feminism. But like, I believe do whatever you want. But like the whole like just having sex and then that's it. I don't know. It kind of bothers me a little bit, just because I'm not into that kind of stuff.
I feel you. I'm not into it. I'm not really into it either. But like that's just because I just don't give a fuck about
Only
other people.
because like I don't know, like people have diseases and stuff.
Well, yeah,
that's how
that's-
diseases get transferred.
yeah,
I don't know. I'm
yeah,
not
that's-
trying to be like, oh, you can't do whatever you want. Just like be careful. You need to be
Yeah.
more. People
Well, no,
need to be more careful when it
That's-
comes to sex these
That's
days.
natural. Yes.
Yeah, that's just like my.
Wear a condom.
Where
Yeah, exactly.
Just do it.
99.9%. You'll be safe.
Stay safe, guys.
And I
And
feel,
girls.
yeah, I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like there's just like no romance at all. I
Oh,
don't know.
not anymore.
So it's
usually
kinda
not
just
anymore.
sad. I don't know.
Well, this is, I would say, we're more in kind of, I guess you could say hookup culture.
It is hookup
because a lot of
culture.
people are living that life. That's just, it's the reality of it, you know.
That's just not my thing, and like that's just my
That's okay,
opinion.
then.
That
Yeah,
I think
okay.
It's
that
not my
I
thing
just-
either.
That I
You know.
just think it's, I don't know. I think it's kind of gross, and like that. But again, do whatever you want. I don't care what you do. That's just my opinion.
That's fine though. I mean, everyone has their, you know,
Yeah.
has their
I'm-
thing they're cool with.
Like I went through a phase of that, and I was like, "Nah, this ain't for me. This shit."
Yeah, I don't
Yo,
want to think of
this
that.
shit
I
ain't-
haven't been single for like 8 years. I'm totally at a loss for all of this. I'm like, yeah, I don't know what Tinder is. Like,
Well, I was just
had
about
a
to say
good
that.
like 2 months of Tinder, and I thought it was the stupidest fucking thing. I like swiped left, which is like the where you don't match with them, like on 90% of women, because I was just like, no, fuck you.
I
fuck
have
you,
a
fuck
friend
you.
that he's always on Tinder, and I see him swiping through. He's like, he's just swiping, robot, robot.
I don't know. It's just
Robot.
sad.
Just-
Like I feel like relationships aren't like I don't know, as meaningful. I don't know. I mean, there's always people out there, you know what I mean, that have really great relationships, but like people just aren't looking for like
Yeah.
I don't, you know
a
what
lot
I'm
of
saying?
people
That's what I'm
are,
trying to
are
explain.
not looking to be like single. I mean, in relationships like the younger.
Yeah.
Like the statistics are literally saying that
Yeah.
you like more people getting married as they get older now than they were in previous
That's because we're all
generations.
poor.
Yeah,
Well,
yes,
And
yeah.
also, the state basically is destroying families.
We're just broke.
Well,
We're all
well,
just
with
broke.
that statistic, if people are getting married at a later age, then I hope that the divorce rates will go down.
Well, they are, but that's because less people are getting married now.
Yeah.
So technically,
Yeah.
you're correct.
Shit, I didn't know that.
No,
Yeah.
that's actually true.
Fuck.
We've actually looked at these statistics before.
Yeah.
Wow.
Less people
I didn't
getting
know that.
divorced
Less people
because
getting
less.
married.
Because
Yeah, a lot
divorce
of
is
people are not-
expensive too.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
well, you know, but there's a whole industry. People make money off divorce,
Yeah.
and divorce lawyers get really good money for helping people
to
divorce.
destroy people's like relationships pretty
Do
much.
That's
you
what I'm
like
saying.
just think about how terrible the world is?
Yeah, well, it's
Oh, I know.
Like
Well-
that's so shitty.
well, it's crazy because
we have free will.
there's this one documentary. It's called Divorce Inc. or something, and it basically goes through the divorce industry. It was like released 2 years ago, like how people make money through divorce and how lawyers try to scheme each other because they want to get their client to get the most money. That way they can. It's how it is. It's
Yeah.
the truth.
That's really sad.
That's why a lot of people right now are not getting married because they don't want to go through that risk because it has become a risk. I love the idea of marriage and I love it, but the way that the states are doing it right now is making it very hard for people to want to go through that process.
It's really
And
sad.
that's why a lot of people are also getting prenups.
Well, I don't know, like just the idea of like imagine like falling in love with this person and building a life with them and then all right, okay, things aren't working out anymore. I think we should get a divorce. So you're with your divorce lawyer and then it's like did you guys I think we talked about this last time, a Marriage Story with Adam Driver.
Yeah, we got into
You
that a
know,
little
they
bit.
were like, okay, this is going to be easy. We're not going to argue, and then they just hated each other by the end of it. And
I feel like
it
it's
breaks
mostly.
my heart.
I feel like it's mostly because of the lawyers.
Yeah,
the lawyers will
exactly.
do that because they want to win. Lawyers are created. Lawyers go in to win. They don't go
Yeah.
in to just just be
yeah,
there.
exactly.
And I feel like that's the problem.
Well, you know,
Is
yeah.
is the lawyers will destroy the relationships of the people that are trying to do this. They're trying to most of marriages that are being divorced. They try to do this. Non-violence, right? Try to do this with non-violence, but the lawyers create this chaos that make it that way.
That's so
And
sad.
then if you have kids, if these couples have kids,
That changes
then they
everything.
get fucked, mentally fucked, because they can't pick a side because that genetically they want to support both, but then they have to be forced to choose one and it just mentally hurts them,
Yeah,
and then
and-
they just become completely different of what they were originally created to be.
Yeah. Add that to the fact that the healthiest kids are ones that are raised in a healthy household with a mother and a father. So if that family dynamic tears apart, that can cause some problems with the kid, right? It's just growing up because mom did. I have to have 2 Christmases this year because I have to go to mom's house and I have to go to dad's house tomorrow. It creates like there's a whole psychological thing to it. But but the concept of marriage and divorce right now, I'm just asking why. Same thing with like every other thing I'm saying. Like I'm trying to ask why these things are happening. Why is divorce so high right now? Right? That's what I've been trying to figure out. Not the fact that it is happening, the fact why it's happening and why it's happening now. And I honestly do think the internet might play some part of it because
OnlyFans.
yeah, it has
Hot.
yes
Yeah.
because wives are making premium Snapchats.
Wives are making
What's
premium
the
Snapchats.
age group? Is it like our parents' ages or like our
I think
us?
Wasn't it 20? Was it 26 to
That's
34?
super young.
Or was it 20? Or was it before that? Was it 24 to 34?
Yeah, I think it was
like
that.
24 to 34 age group,
It was
somewhere around
actually-
there.
It was actually another study thing. It actually came out, I think, last year or 2 years ago. It said that 23 to 28% of people, I don't think it was men and women, I think, are less. Sorry, only 23 to 28% of guys and girls are reported as not having sex within the last 365 days, and that's apparently the lowest it's ever been, like recorded. And no, this is just what I'm
Yeah.
just relating of what I'm looking at. And once again, I'm asking why.
Well, okay. So
Why are-
I
why
think
are
with
people not
the
fucking?
divorce rates with our age group is because I feel like everyone's thinking about the wedding. You know what I mean?
I think there's some truth to
It's
that.
societal pressures.
Yeah, it's societal
Yeah,
pressure.
societal
You know,
pressure,
a
yeah.
woman's supposed to be married at 25, have kids at 26.
Do you think that some people?
And then some families, I would say specifically down south and out west, where there's still, a lot more religious based and less progressive thinking, feel pressured into that. And they're just like, fuck it, I'm going to marry this guy.
Well, here's an idea. Do you think?
And then it doesn't work out because you're 25 and you knew this guy for a year.
Well, people do.
And
rush
now you
into
have kids.
Yeah.
People do rush into it.
people
Rushing
rush
is a
into
big thing.
it.
But here's the thing. Here's a thought. Do you think that people, some people go into it way too fast because they just want a wedding or they want to get married? There's a question.
I think it's the subconscious societal pressures.
Both.
Yeah.
I think it's both. Yeah.
So I'm saying but I also think there might be some cases in which the person may not be wanting a marriage, but they want a wedding, so they'll accept anyway. And
Then
they'll
they're
go for it.
stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'cause
but
weddings
it happens.
It's-
We
Yeah.
had prom already.
Look,
Yeah.
my dad already has my wedding planned out. It's sandwiches at the house. That's all I want.
There you go.
Word.
I don't
Just go to
need
Vegas.
anything else.
Word.
Like I don't
Just
need
remove the bread and I'm down.
I'll be there.
Yeah, just
Hopefully-
make sure it coincides with Andrew's fasting.
Yeah,
I'll
hopefully
make
I
sure I
won't
have
be.
the cold cuts for you guys. Don't worry.
Yeah, hopefully I won't. Hopefully I won't
Grab
be
the chicken
fasting.
broth.
I'll have your bread.
But the military weddings.
Military wedding.
Everyone
Oh, I
gets
thought you were
married.
about to blame the military on this.
No, but like
It's
a
the
lot
military bases.
a lot of people we went to
I-
school with
Divorce in the military is very
got
high.
married because their significant other was in the military.
But there's also benefits to that. But
Yeah,
it's not, it might not
exactly.
be out of
But-
love. It might be just
yeah.
because if I
Yeah.
marry him now, I can get all these benefits. This does happen.
It does.
Yeah.
It's not picking
And
on
then
anyone.
the woman becomes a rank rider, if you know what that means.
I don't know what that means, guys. I'm tired of not knowing what you guys are talking
Well,
about.
I
Okay,
don't
so
know
rank
what that
rider
means.
is
Wait, so we
it's like a
talk about what
slang.
hypergamy
It's like a
is.
slang
What's
term.
it called?
Rank rider. I think that's what
Rank writer?
Yeah,
Is it like
rank.
climbing the ladder?
It's
but in the military?
it's like no, it's like rank rider is like as far as I'm aware, it's like a slang word. And what they use, it's like a wife of a military, person in the military, and they pretty much just fuck other people while they're off on overseas and shit, and like they don't tell them, and sometimes they'll fuck like the other people in the military that are yeah.
This is we're just spitting out reality.
Yeah, like that shit
That's
happens.
so sad.
shit
Why
fucking
is nothing
happens.
sacred anymore?
Well,
Because humans have free will.
well, yeah, and also a lot of people
There
also
are
like,
demons.
The idea of polyamorous relationships are also coming about right now, like majorly, and I'm seeing it. Like
The bowling alley.
Like Mormons.
she came up to me, okay?
I'm not saying it was your fault. I'm
Okay,
just
okay,
saying.
okay. All right.
I was a victim.
Okay, you love your girlfriend.
Of
You
course.
love her to fucking death.
Of course.
But can you imagine two of her?
God.
That's where I lost you. So that's why I don't understand that kind of stuff. Because like, why do you want to deal with two of them? One's enough. But then it's like, okay, like, is it just for sex?
It could be for different benefits.
Like-
I mean, there's a whole bunch of different. There would be a whole bunch of different reasons. Me personally, that I wouldn't be able to do that. There are people that are just so down, 100% down to be doing something like that.
Because it means you gotta get 2 gifts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, 2 gifts.
Or
Two
just,
date
or just
nights.
one.
Cement does not cheap.
Or just
I
or just
can't
one.
afford
I
it.
can't afford it. Or they just get one for both of them and they both accept it.
Hell no. Absolutely not.
They're,
If my
they're-
boyfriend was
Cement
like...
does not
That
want
is-
both of her boyfriends to be friends.
I don't see many relationships around me that are like really like relationships that I want to have. I see a lot of like people cheating on each other, like a lot, like, and they would go.
I never cheated on my girlfriend, Andrew.
Well, good. I was actually gonna say before too that I actually really respect your relationship because I know you've been doing it for a long. No, but hear me out. You're one of the
Shout out to Teresa.
Hey, girl.
We did it.
No, but here's the thing.
Fuck you.
You are one of the only people that I know that have a good relationship for so long. I don't see that often, and I mean this. I rarely see that, and that is the truth. I do not see a lot of healthy relationships.
It's because we're killing it.
You
You're
are.
fucking killing
You
it.
know, like with all due respect, it's the truth. You're one of the only relationships that I would actually look up to. And I've said this earlier,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, you said
to
that to me
Mike
before.
privately. I said I actually look up to because I know that I can sense that it works, and
Yeah, you
I
should-
don't see a lot of that. I really
Yeah, no.
don't. That's one of the prime examples of what I consider to be a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
We did it.
Yeah. So if you're listening, good job. You know,
Great job.
like you have
You
my
did it.
complete respect, and I really don't see it often. And when I do see it, I kind of appreciate it. I guess you could say it's more of an appreciation because I do when you see something that's real and you can tell that it's real and authentic, you have more appreciation for that kind of thing because it's becoming more rare by the day to see. So there's more reason to appreciate that kind of thing.
I also don't think, like, this whole, like, cheating on your spouse and, the shitty marriages of today. Like, I don't think it started with us. Like, clearly it started a long time ago.
Clearly it didn't, but I feel like it also it's been amplified by a lot of the things, a lot of the technology and a lot of the freedoms that we've been able to.
It's also
to
not
get.
hush-hush.
It
Not
is
anymore.
No,
Like,
it's
back
open.
then it was
open.
hush-hush.
Yeah,
Now
that's open.
everyone knows.
Now
everyone's
It's out in the
business.
open now.
Everybody and their mother knows.
Yeah.
That's what basically is called open hypergamy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is hypergamy?
Okay, so
Here we go.
hypergamy is men and women's mating strategies, their sexual strategies. It
Okay.
kind of goes
I
like
thought it'd be something cooler.
no, that's how.
I was thinking like, yo, let me start a death metal band called Hypergamy.
I
That
mean,
would
you
sound
totally
cool.
could.
The theory goes men's is unlimited access to unlimited sexuality, and the reason apparently for that is because of evolutionary purposes. Like back in the day, like in the tribes, men would have to like. I'm gonna use this word, so don't laugh at me, but they would have to ejaculate and evacuate. So basically, but to keep the tribes going, like
That's really
because
gross.
like,
Yeah,
they-
think of it.
I
Think
know,
of it
but
as a rabbit, right?
it's like an
Rabbit will just fuck a million other
Yeah.
women rabbits, and they'll just go away, and then like they'll just have like a million babies, and then that's it.
Yeah.
And then those ones that are male will then do the same.
because in order to keep the species to survive, we'd have to reproduce as quickly as
Yeah.
possible. So
So
one
that's-
man would have to reproduce as much as he can before something may happen to him. Maybe a bear kills him, and this is like tribal stuff, like the hunter-gatherer kind of stuff. Like either he would have to do it quickly, or else he would be just, he'd get
Destroyed.
killed by an enemy tribe, or an animal would maul him. This is
Yeah.
it's like
All right. What's the woman's?
I guess the PG version of it is alpha seed and beta need. It's
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I know it sounds crazy.
It
I
sounds-
know.
Seed,
it sounds-
beta need.
Or,
Yes.
or the more explicit rated R version is alpha fucks and beta bucks.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I still don't get it. That made less sense.
Mike, explain to what that is.
All right,
I'm
so-
tired of talking.
So beta bucks is something where a woman will go to them only because that they need those specific things, but they
Shelter,
don't shelter, economy, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like they don't desire that person.
Okay.
There's, like-
They only desire what they have. They don't desire them.
It's that seeking shelter, like
Yeah.
Okay.
But then the alpha fucks is something that they
I know. It sounds.
That
it's
sounds
like,
like a good band name.
Alpha fucks.
Alpha Bugs.
yeah.
One
that's
word with
that-
an X.
because the traditional word of hypergamy is like marrying up, but it's been
Yeah.
like more like looked into like.
Yeah, it's pretty much it's something that it's a man that a woman like desires that they see as like a manly man, You know,
It's that guy that's like it's that hot guy at the spring break party in Cancun.
yeah, with the 6-pack abs and
Yeah, he's that guy.
and you know,
it's that like
Okay.
it's that quick like sexual encounter, like that hump and dump kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where-
I'm leaving. I'm done.
no, but this is is that,
Pump and dump.
so those are like the two sides of it. And,
Okay.
And the idea is that realistically, a woman wants both sides of the coin in one man. So you want the provisioning side, the beta buck side. You want the like. I know. You like
Yeah.
she wants the one side where she's taken care for and everything's paid for, and she kind of like she has that safety and relief, the calmness and the comfort. And then the alpha fuck says that quick like, oh, I'm just horny right now. I just want to do
Yeah, I
it's
got
like
it.
it's like arousal versus attraction basically. So
Yeah.
those are like the two sides of it. And realistically, a woman wants a man who contains both of those things.
Got it. All right.
and so most women will just go for what they need and then find what they want later.
Like they want the best that they can do genetically, because if a woman, I guess the theory is that in our evolutionary past, if a woman could not find the best guy possible, she'd be killed.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
You know, this is like hunter gatherer kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
a long time
like
ago.
how it is. So like if you really love, let's say you love your boyfriend and everything, right? And your hindbrain thinks that's the best you can get.
Got it.
Like wow, I really like you're like, I guess you could say that's kind of like in love, like. He possesses both. Like he's that guy you really think is very attractive, at the same time he provides and he's a good man and all that. So realistically, a girl wants the guy and the same thing.
Got it.
Does
Okay.
that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, definitely makes sense.
I love
I
that.
think so.
I discovered that word kind of recently, but it kind
Yeah.
of intrigued me. So
Yeah, and we had done a podcast on it. It's on All Gains Mindset and
Got
the
it.
All Gains podcast on
All
Anchor.
right, you guys can check that out.
Yeah.
I just thought it was a
If you
very
haven't already.
interesting concept. What do you think about that?
What?
That concept.
That.
I know most people don't know what. I never even heard that word
Yeah,
either
I-
until recently.
Yeah, I didn't hear that word until like a few months ago. So.
What that women want, like a
No,
man.
like the thing of hypergamy. Like
I've
the
never
whole-
heard of that word until
Yeah,
today.
I didn't hear about that word until a couple months ago.
Yeah.
But we've been talking about
Do you
it.
think
like,
women are hypergamous?
I still don't know what it means.
That's because you left.
I had to pee.
It's
You
a
really had to
sexual
pee.
strategy.
Just think of it as a sexual strategy. That's it.
Okay.
You're fine. You're doing fine right now, so you don't even have to worry about it.
Sick.
What do you think about that?
Just like,
Hypergamy.
Hypergamy.
just like the like.
What we just
Okay,
explained
so, like,
to you.
alright.
What do you feel? How do you
what's your
feel about
opinion
that?
on that?
How do you
If
feel
women-
about that?
like-
If that, is that true? Do you think it's true?
That women want a man.
Do you think women are hypergamous?
They
It's
want.
always gonna be a spicy
Hypergamous
podcast. You didn't believe
told
me.
you.
women.
I don't want to get in trouble.
You're not getting.
By who?
I don't need women coming after me and being like, "You are not
They're
a
gonna come after
feminist."
us, okay? Because I brought up the topic. They're gonna come after me.
Yeah. They're
Okay.
I'm just asking you a
All
question.
right, when I think about it, when I think about my partner, I want him to be, yeah, I want to know that I can lean on him and like he can help me. But, I also want the other stuff too.
the other coin of
Yeah.
you want
But-
The alpha fuck.
Stop it! But I also want, like, I also need to know that if I can't get a man, then I can take care of myself. You know what I mean? Like, I'm fine with being alone.
Now, here's where we get into today's, because what you just said is why I think things are changing. Remember back in the day when, and this is just fact, like back, I guess you could say 1950s housewife, where women were more to stay at home, right? And they would know that the man would come home with the dough.
I miss those
Right.
days, guys.
But here's the thing.
I didn't have to
here's
get
the
a
thing.
job.
That's sexist.
I'm kidding.
Chimen.
I'm joking.
Man, here's the interesting thing. These days, a lot of women also make a lot more money than they used to. They're in the workforce. They have big jobs, and some of them make more than their man. And just what you just said, you want a guy like that, but you also know that you could take care of yourself.
Yeah.
And that's where I think hypergamy has changed. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at. That's why I think things are changing. Women now, which is a good thing, they can work and do all these jobs and make all this money. They don't need the provisioning side anymore. Now, you get rid of the beta buck side of hypergamy, what's left?
Fuck.
alpha full.
That's what I think is
Captain
changed.
Fuck.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it does.
Women don't need the beta buck side anymore.
I'm
because-
not linking this on Facebook. I don't need my family listening to this.
That's okay. I told you it was gonna be spicy. You didn't believe me.
Oh,
The
man.
thing is, women don't need beta bucks anymore because they could do it themselves. You don't
Yeah, it's the
need to
truth.
be provided for if you could provide for yourself. So what does that leave? now you just want the alpha fuck side. And I think
Dildo bars.
yeah.
Dirty underwear.
Yeah. And I think that is how
Automatic fuck machines.
Yeah. But that is how I think things have changed.
Okay, yeah, no.
Does that make sense?
Yes,
Or Alex,
yeah.
am I making sense or am I just completely
makes sense.
bullshit?
They're making sense.
These
yeah.
are just
I think it makes sense in a very straightforward, non-situational way.
yeah, welcome to All Gains Mindset.
No, I
Like
think you made a good point.
in a very meat and potatoes way, it makes sense.
Yes.
That's why
But IRL, there's situational occurrences that could drastically change
that's
that.
right. There's buffers, but I'm talking like in a kind of a general sense.
What are the buffers?
I don't know. Asexual people.
Got it.
There's also like things like religion, like things that like get in the way like,
Religion.
of how people think. Yeah.
People's roles and biological capabilities.
Also correct. Yeah. There's different buffers that get in the way. That's why every relationship is different.
Mental illness.
Got it.
There is mental illness, but I think in that way is one of the things that society has changed. That's what I think. I mean, that's what I think might be at least a possibility. It's just something that could be thought about, you know, when the rules are broken and new things are set to happen. I think you see societies change, and that's why I think that some of these statistics are happening because of the societal changes that we've seen. That's why I think that relationships are why they are. That's the change that we're seeing.
No, you made a really good point.
And when I'm thinking of this stuff, I'm like, am I just crazy or does this kind of make sense? But at the same time, should I be saying this in public because of the crazy opinions that are going to be thrown at me? Like, how dare you say that? But it's like, these are just thoughts that they're ideas. But like that movie V for Vendetta, what was that quote that he said?
I never saw that movie.
But ideas are bulletproof. Something like that. But you know.
Anonymous.
Great movie. Yeah, you know, those are just some thoughts of why things might be changing. You know,
No, that was
and
really
that's
good.
why I think that word plays into society today.
I forgot the word.
What is the word
What's
again?
Hypergamy.
Hypergamy.
Hypergamy?
Hypergamy.
Got it.
So I
okay.
Spell it.
I'm just gonna randomly text you hypergamy.
Is it spelt brutally?
Hypergamy.
Spell it. Just hypergamy?
HYPERGAMY.
Not brutal.
Hypergamy.
Not brutal.
I found the line. I found the line.
Not
The
brutal out of 10,
line
Andrew.
is, beneath this mask there is more than flesh. Beneath this mask there is an idea. Mr. Creedy, and ideas are bulletproof.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can hate what, like, anyone who's listening, you can hate what I'm saying right now. But these are just some ideas.
That sounds like terrorism.
Well, God, it does. But, you know, these are just some ideas that are being thrown out. And the more, if you talk about these kind of things, at least publicly, you can, you know, you could spark just kind of like the mind going. You can get, you know, these are ideas to be thought of. But, you know, that's just,
Yeah.
I don't know.
thought it was
Am I
good.
just crazy or was this?
No, it makes sense.
Am I making sense?
It works out.
Yeah.
It checks out, bro.
It
I
makes sense.
try to say things in a way that makes sense.
No,
Because
it was
I know.
interesting. It was interesting.
I think that's, you know, it's how we're constantly changing. And with the internet, also,
Fucking internet.
things are being able to change. We are now in a global communication market. And things are, because of that, we're able to see things, once again, that we've never seen before.
Got it.
Just like when Vietnam happened and all these things were being reported of all those horrible things that were going on overseas, that changed society in itself. Sparked movements, sparked rage, strikes. Yeah. You know, that's how.
yeah.
Good morning, Vietnam.
So, I mean, you know, I've said too much. Maybe the cat's out of the bottle. I don't know.
Yeah, I think Andrew's a terrorist.
Oh, you can't say
Oh
that.
my god. All Games Podcast.
Listen, I just want to eat, okay?
Do you guys have a magazine that you circulate?
No, I think what you said was like correct.
And I think a lot of people, I'm probably going to get a lot of hate just from just talking about that kind of stuff because a lot of people don't want
It's
to
okay,
hear it.
we already hate you.
People don't want to hear that kind of stuff. I think
Yeah.
a lot of people are afraid to hear about ideas because
People are ignorant to it.
Their egos kind of reject it.
People are like
Yeah, we
ignorant
went
to it.
deeper than I thought.
They don't care. They don't like they don't want to like think about it because inside they know and they just don't want to. They just don't want to know about it.
Well,
But they know.
If you attack someone's ego or their belief, it's like attacking them.
Yeah.
And they will do whatever it takes to defend themselves. So if you like attack someone's belief, they will retaliate.
I got you, bro.
Retaliate.
I got your mind.
need food.
Your mind is
Retaliate.
dying, and I got you.
Yeah, I know it hurts.
Come
I'm
up
in
with the
pain.
assist.
I'm in a lot of pain.
See, I'm hungry. I can imagine how you feel, bro.
Yeah.
This is day 6. Day 6.
This is like hour 4 for me.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I just a lot of thoughts. Too many thoughts.
It all checks out, brother.
I sure hope so.
God.
You're almost done though. You're almost done with that shit.
I know. One more day.
I'm sorry that I had to eat in front of you on day 3.
Oh,
Yeah.
if we go to the bar, dude, I'm gonna get food. Fuck that.
I don't blame you. I would too. I'm like,
I
Dude,
would have.
that pulled pork sandwich they got over there.
They have a
What are you
burger.
gonna do there? Are you gonna drink?
He's
Eat
gonna
food.
he's gonna sit there and
I'm
talk
actually,
to me,
I'm actually just gonna. I'm gonna drink water,
and he's
I'm going
gonna
just
shoot a
chill.
shot at.
I'm basically just gonna talk and chill.
Yeah.
And
Can I
then,
get some salt?
Ew.
You know, I
by
actually
the way,
do that.
I have been okay. What I've been doing this week to stay alive is consume. I know. I've been consuming electrolytes, sodium. So I've been, like the Himalayan pink salt. I take that and I take new salt, which is like potassium chloride, and I do a shot of it. I down it with water. I know it's not, and apple
They make
cider
you want to
vinegar.
throw up.
I know. I know. But
You
this
put
is
it with what?
what I
Apple
do
cider
is
vinegar?
Salt and apple cider vinegar.
I get a cup. I get a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. I put a shitload of salt. Dump the salt in there. A shitload of new salt, which is like potassium chloride. So
You're basically eating like salt and vinegar chips, just not the chip part.
Yeah, not the good part.
Yeah, not the
Yeah,
good
Not the
part.
part that makes it worth it.
I mix it and then I take a shot of it and it hurts.
I would imagine.
But it prevents
You're
like
drinking salt.
but it prevents like headaches and stuff. Like that's actually what I took before I came here. And I had a shot of and then I came here. Yeah, but it's what I've done to stay alive.
I'm messaging Beth on Facebook and telling her, please watch out for Andrew.
Oh, don't not let my parents see this podcast.
Do not.
I
Jesus.
They
you
don't
know,
listen to it?
I don't think they do. But if they do, they're not telling me something because I say some crazy stuff on this
Yeah, we
podcast.
just talked
he says-
about
and it
like,
will
They're looking for the real doll.
Yeah.
He said some things.
Are you sure you don't have a sex doll in the basement? Yes, I'm sure.
No, they're the ones with the sex doll. They're like listening to the podcast.
Yeah, they're probably getting pissed off.
and they
at
just
me.
look to the closet.
Like shit.
There it is.
It's okay, guys. I don't. It's okay. I'm not hating.
He goes, I don't want to talk about it.
I don't think my parents see what I post. I don't know if yours do either.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, because they're working on other stuff right
Well,
now.
I
My
talk-
mom said that she's gonna watch it.
Well, I talk about like a lot of radical ideas, so I think if my parents are listening, I think I know why they don't like me. I say some dangerous thoughts. I would say.
The only people that like my stuff on Facebook are my parents.
Great. So when I
But
share
it's
this,
okay because I don't do anything on Facebook anymore other than like, hey guys, I have a show. And then my band's like, yo, is your dad coming to the show? That's sick. And I'm like, no, he's just,
No, my parents do not read my writing at all.
They don't.
They do not read my writing.
But like you do you ever ask them to? Like do
No.
have you? No.
I don't want them to, because they would probably take everything personally, and I'm not trying to like.
You know,
what
honestly,
I
I
mean?
it's
feel
about Nisha, man. What the fuck?
You know,
Yeah,
honestly, I
like,
feel that
no.
though. I honestly feel that. Like my parents only read like a few things of things that I've
And
written.
I'm okay with it. It's fine.
Yeah.
I don't take it personal anymore. It's like you don't have to read my stuff.
Yeah.
I'd rather not. So
That's why I don't really care if they watch this. I just want them to just so I can get the views.
yeah, I got you. I got
But
you.
that's just me.
I
That's
got you.
just me.
Yeah.
I'm using my parents for the views.
I'm kind of scared to have my parents listen to this stuff because I talk about like certain relationships and I've I know my parents have a good relationship.
But I mean, you do praise their relationship sometimes. They're
I
like
do.
yeah. You say you say when it needs to be said.
Well, I
You-
think
you-
that
you do the
I
right-
am who I am today because my stepmom and dad actually have a good relationship. My dad's kind of
Yeah,
like
they're
the head
so
of the,
romantic.
Yeah, my dad's like, well, here's how it plays out, and this is what I find interesting. And they have a very healthy relationship, by the way. My dad basically like kind of like the head of the household. I think he makes the most money. He's great provider, and he's always like he never like complains to my stepmom or anything. Like they're very like upfront with each other, and she's always looking up to him, like oh I can't wait till he gets home kind of thing.
Aww.
And then they come home and they're always like yeah you
I
know
love shit like that.
it's like kind of I guess you could say the word I don't know if I'm gonna use this right, but traditional. But so he's basically the head of the household. He makes most of the big decisions, and she is okay with like everything he says. And she never tries to like upstage him or like be competitive with him. Like, oh, I'm gonna be better than him. Like, it's kind of like a looking up to dynamic.
That's sweet.
So and now she does that. She compliments him because they raise me, my brother, my sister in the right way, and it's like they're healthy. They don't honestly. I really never see them argue, and if they ever get close to arguing, my dad says something playful. Like he never gets upset, or he just says something like funny, like "Oh, stop!" You know, like that kind of thing. Yeah.
That's so sweet.
And she never tries to like argue with him. Like she never tries to start an
Yeah.
argument. Like if she does, she'll be like, "What?" And she'll be like, "Oh, well, you know." And, like today, there was a thing where I think my sister almost got her phone taken away, and my dad was like, they said no phone, and then my stepmom kind of gave it back to her for a little bit, and he was like, "What are you doing?" And she was like, "Take the phone back," that kind of thing. Like,
Shout out to Beth and Rob.
they're good people.
Shut up.
Quick shout out.
But like they've raised their children in a good, healthy household, and because of that, we're healthier because of it. So it's like it's that.
Maybe your
healthy
brother and
dynamic.
your sister, not you. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, well, yeah, that's another.
All right.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
No, it's okay. Nah, I don't know.
I'm joking.
But it's like more of a healthy household kind of, and they have a good relationship together.
Yeah.
And
Sweet.
I really don't see that often. It's just the truth. I cannot say like you. I said you're one of the only relationships that I see that actually works. And my parents, I was one of them too. Like I don't see many that are like that. That where like there's a genuine respect and also a genuine desire between the sexes. I don't see that a lot.
I don't see it.
Champion.
Except for,
I mean,
Champion.
yeah, like my parents aren't like they're not like that at all. My parents argue all the time, so not around.
I don't think my mom and dad have talked to each other in like 10 years.
Maybe that's a good thing though. Like
Is
I
it?
kind of wish my parents were like that.
Well, they don't live together. They just
No, I
Are
know,
they
but
divorced?
they were never married. They just
like I
Okay.
kind of wish my parents never talked to each other, because like I feel like they'd be better off.
Do you think they have a good relationship?
No.
absolutely. No, absolutely not.
No, because they're both so stubborn and they're so childish. Like neither one of them will apologize for what they did.
So you don't
know
think
what I
they're
mean?
compliments to each other?
No, I think they
Well,
used to be
Do you
before they
think-
had
do you think-
kids.
Do you think they?
So it's your fault.
It's my fault. I know it's my fault. I know I was not a planned
Sometimes I
baby.
blame myself.
See, like
For
my
my
parents
parents'
have this
problems.
spark that keeps going, and you could tell they're still very even at the age they are, they're still very attracted to each other compared to a lot of other couples
Yeah.
where they lose the spark. Like there's couples who haven't fucked in like 20 years.
I don't want to think about my parents like that.
No, but what I'm saying that's not the point.
No, they're soulmates. Okay, or do we not believe in that on this podcast?
Mates.
Okay.
Am I being a little lame?
Um.
I'll turn it down a
Chimen.
notch.
It's no, it's completely okay that you said that, but I know Andrew's gonna say something, so let him say something.
Just say it.
Uh-oh.
I don't believe in. Oh, this is just me. Okay.
You don't believe that there's only one
Destiny.
person out there for you?
I think there are many different people that match
Time for
you.
me to go. No, I'm kidding.
No,
I'm
that's not what I
joking.
mean. Like
Yeah.
technically,
Mark to cut Chimen out.
I'm trying to talk from like as most realistic and logical as I could sound, and this is gonna sound bad.
Okay.
I think that well, obviously compliments to each other, right? The genders compliments to each other and make great relationships. But the idea of there being one person, does that logically make sense? Like, let's say you do meet one person, but and you have a great bond, you match, you find a great connection, you get married, and great, and you have a great relationship. That's good. But who's to say that there's not like it could happen to different people, right? I don't know. Am I making sense?
No, yeah, you're
Mike,
making sense,
back me
yeah.
up here. Am I
Yeah.
saying the right thing?
What? Yeah. So pretty much what you're trying to
I
say
have
is that
two
there
brain cells
are
right now.
I feel like there's
And
a
they're
soul
hungry.
mate, but there's not a single soul mate. I feel like there's multiple.
There are different ones.
Okay.
I feel like there are multiple. There's like almost 8 billion people on this earth right now, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like there are multiple soulmates, and it's just a matter of finding one of them.
And it's not to say that being in a relationship is a bad thing. I'm not saying that at
Yeah.
all. That's great. But I'm saying like to believe there's only just that one because like people really that could hurt. Let's say this. Here's an example. You believe in the soulmate, and let's say you've been together with someone a really long time, and then they break up with you. That crushes your reality.
Destroys everything you've
That's
thought.
what I mean.
Everything you've ever
Let's
known.
say you put your whole ego investment into one person for so long, and then one day things go sideways, and let's say you didn't even see it was coming.
Okay.
So you're with your soulmate, and one day they break up with you, or something doesn't work out,
and they're gone.
and that crushes you. That's when putting an ego investment into something can cause destruction. And I'm not trying to be negative about it. This is just once again what I've seen.
Yeah.
Like I know people right now who've been with their boyfriend or girlfriend for years, and they have told me she or he is my soulmate, and then they go through the breakup, and it absolutely destroys them. Like I'm talking about have not seen them in months destroys them, and it's because if you put your mindset into like one specific person, and you're like, oh well, we'll never break up, we're gonna live on forever and ever, and then something happens that crushes your entire it crushes your entire like mind, your
Your mental
entire
state.
belief, your entire belief system gets questioned. Does that make sense?
No, yeah, and I feel like that's what happened with my friend. Like after her and her boyfriend broke up, like I don't think she's been the same since.
In that way, do you think that a soulmate, like believing in a soulmate, can be dangerous? I'm not saying,
I feel like believing in a single soulmate is
Wow, guys.
one single.
Way to take the romance out of it. No, I'm joking.
Because think about it this way, like, because you have to think about it. There's never one. There is never a single thing, right?
Yeah.
There's always multiple. There's always many things.
There's only one Guy Fieri.
Well, he's fat. So
Thank God
whatever.
for that.
So he's fat, but whatever. But
Listen.
So because you found a soulmate does not mean that is the only one.
That's why I'm saying,
Because things can always go sideways
You're
in
right.
anything.
I totally respect your
And
opinions.
sometimes when that happens, they don't want to ever date anyone else ever again because that was their one, right? So they just give up, and that makes them very upset for a long time. That's the same thing. Like, let's say a couple got married, and then one of them, something happens to one of them, and the other one thinks that that's the soulmate. So once that person's gone, then they choose to, like, kind of, you could say, live in isolation basically from a woman ever again, right?
Yeah.
That's why I think it could be dangerous for the human mind. That's the kind of things that, I always think of why, and like, it's that same kind of thing. It's just kind of thinking outside the box, but it's not to try to be negative. It's just, this is actually, I see it. Because I have friends who have gone through this, and they come to me crying because their soulmate just broke up with them, and they don't know what to do. Their entire reality gets crushed, and it affects them for a long time.
Can we get personal for a second?
Yes.
Did you have to go through this at one point?
I
'Cause
did.
I feel like you're so invested in this.
Andrew
No, I'm not
is
trying
an
to be
angry
mean.
white
I am
male.
not trying to be mean. It's just like the way that you're talking, it makes me feel like you've been through this.
There's a lot of emotion and power.
Yeah, exactly.
I have.
Really?
Yeah.
I have to.
I'll kill her. I swear to God.
Have fun.
I'm not.
I don't
angry.
even.
Mike's
I
like-
need. I need the stories.
I don't even care anymore.
Mike's
but we're not
over here
gonna
like,
We're,
I already did it.
I've destroyed everything.
I don't even care anymore. 5 hours later. What
No.
happened?
Well,
Some
it happened to him, but it happened to me
So
too.
I'm very
bullshit.
ego. I was very invested into it, and
This happened in high school or later?
from high school into out of high school, and then
Oh my God.
yeah, and then it was over, and then I was very ego invested.
She
and
broke
then-
up with you?
No, I did.
Oh, okay, good.
No, but like it
You
meant,
had
but
to.
I had to, and then it mentally destroyed me.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was in like a almost year-long depression, and I didn't want to sleep. It was a lot of.
Do you want to give me her number? I swear to God, I'll go hunt
Yo,
her.
Oh,
next time.
I don't.
Well, that happened to me too.
Fuck this bitch.
Well, that happened to me too because I was in a relationship and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, she's my soulmate. This is gonna work out forever. And then one day, she ended up leaving me for our coworker because we all worked together. And I
Yeah.
was like,
Are you
what?
fucking kidding
Crushed
me?
my reality, and
Yeah.
that made me like put me on a downward spiral for months.
Is she gonna be listening?
Hey,
If she
you're
does, you're
out
a
there,
skank.
Fuck you.
You're a
are.
skank.
But when that happened to me, I was kind of like, what? And then I started going to the gym and I kind of made it better. But let's say what if you don't? Hypothetically, like, what if it's hard to recover from something like that, and it affects you for years, and that does happen.
I can't even imagine.
I think that's the difference between a type A and type B person.
Yeah.
Is like, I'm going to use the metaphor that Joe Rogan uses to describe people that smoke weed. But a type B person would smoke pot and get high and get paranoid and just sit there and freak out about it. Where a type A person would smoke weed and get paranoid and go out and do something about it and kind of try to make themselves not feel like a loser or something. So I think that's kind of reflective of that. You know what I mean? Like, being type A would be, like, yeah, dealing with it and everything, but then moving on and going forward with it, where a type B person would just kind of sit in there forever. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like
not move on. and
like
just
with
be
me,
fucked up.
I kept trying to, but it's really hard when like you are depressed and you want to go to sleep, but then you realize you can't, because when you want to go to sleep, you have like night terrors and sleep paralysis.
I'm
And
gonna kill her, Mike.
Let's
I
jump
promise.
her.
it was a really bad few months
Holy
of
shit.
that.
Do you
And
still
then-
have contact with her?
what? No.
You're a bitch.
Just send her a DM right now. Yo, bitch, you a bitch.
You a bitch.
But like, yeah, well, it's like when you said before, like when I talk about some of the ideas, like I remember we were at the bar one time and I was telling one of my friends about these kind of ideas, and he called me a misogynist, and I was like, what is that? I didn't know what that, he didn't know what it
Hell of a
was.
Massage.
A misogynist is someone who hates women. I was like, I don't hate women. I
Yeah.
just think of these things. I'm just thinking like
You
logistics
don't-
of things. I'm trying to think outside the box. I'm not saying, oh, I hate women. I'm never gonna love a woman ever again.
I mean, I'm a woman right now. Why did
Well,
I say it like that?
I mean, I hope so.
I'm.
And I hope you continue to.
Chimen,
I didn't mean to.
is this a coming out party, Chimen?
Yes. No.
Chimeno.
it's not because some people because this guy called me a misogynist. I was like, why? And it turns out just maybe talking about these kinds of ideas can get you labeled as such.
No, I'm a woman, and I'm sitting with you guys now, and I've been sitting with you guys for the past 3 hours, and I don't feel like you guys hate women. If I felt like that, I would have called you out and be like, "Why are you acting like a fucking misogynist?"
Yeah.
You know, you're not. You're just. This is how you guys feel.
But what it says to me is that talking about these kind of ideas will get people extremely pissed off because
Yeah.
if that affects their ego, they'll take that as an attack on them, and they will, as I said, they're gonna go back at you, and they're gonna treat it as if you are trying to hurt them. And I've had this happen to me, so that's why it's critical to be aware of what you talk about these kind of things with and with who.
Well, we never talk about how men can also get hurt by women. It's always women are hurt by men.
Correct.
Always.
That's kind of the narrative that's going on right now.
And clearly, you guys went through a really bad relationship.
Yeah, and a lot of people have.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Johnny Depp real quick. Have you heard about all that?
I
Wow.
did about
I've
the Amber Heard.
about
Oh
all
my
that.
I mean, I don't want to be like he's never hit her before, but did you guys listen to the tape or whatever it was when they were arguing and she was talking about how she's like hit him and stuff?
Oh yeah,
And whatever.
and then like she took a shit on his bed or something.
What the fuck?
I heard something about that.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, there's something with like her taking a shit on his bed and just
What the
yeah, she
fuck?
mentally and
Wasted.
physically fucked this man up and
Yeah.
then got him fired from Pirates. Something that he was very passionate about.
That's so sad.
Fucked him up.
Yeah.
And now she like advocates like domestic violence, but she's the one that fucked him up.
Well, she was when she was dating her girlfriend. There was a
Wait,
chart.
she went lesbian? Wait, what?
She was.
He's bisexual.
She's
Oh,
bisexual.
she's bisexual? Wow, I never
Yeah.
knew
So
that.
when she was dating
Wow.
this photographer, the photographer put out a what's it called?
PSA.
Like a charge on her,
Oh.
like a domestic abuse charge on her.
Wow.
So
Good.
like there, yeah, I used to be a really big fan of Amber Heard. I used to like her a lot when she was in like the indie movies and stuff. What?
Let me look up who she is real quick.
Wait, you don't know who Amber Heard is?
I know the name.
She's the girl from
mostly
Aquaman, bro.
Just,
Yeah, she's from the Aquaman.
listen,
Wait, is
She's
she,
the
is
love
she,
interest.
She was the love interest?
Yeah, the one with red hair.
with the red hair?
Yeah.
It's her.
I don't know what she looks. Dude, I don't remember that
Bruh.
fucking movie.
That
You don't
movie-
have to.
That movie was like DC Black Panther.
I
Yeah,
told
maybe.
you all that I remember
Let
about
me-
that movie is explosions and almost kisses.
Yeah, it used to be a
And
really,
Jason
really big
Momoa's
fan of
soft
her.
shitty body.
She was in Zombieland. Who was she in Zombieland?
She's like the zombie that he kills, like the first one he kills.
Oh,
I
his
think.
girlfriend?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh,
yeah.
wow. Oh,
I used to
wow.
really like her because I used to like her indie movies and stuff.
Oh, you guys used to like her Never Back Down.
Oh, Teresa.
At least
hates her
shout
in
out to
that movie.
Teresa.
Shout out, girl.
Oh, she was in the Justice League too. That movie was worse.
Yeah,
That was really
not good.
That was really
So a lot of people think she's like, just a fame whore and things like
Of
that.
course.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, yeah.
That's what's happening a lot right now, and it's kind of like there's that hashtag like believe all women. So like let's say hypothetically,
I don't know any of these movies. I don't know his name.
let's say I don't know, you are, I guess, evil. I guess you could say the word evil, and you know that the state will back you up no matter what. So
Yeah.
let's say you want to make a claim against your husband saying that he hit you, but he really didn't. You could go to the cops, and they won't even think about it. They'll immediately take the guy away, and eventually you can get a settlement out of that, and you can get money from that. And that's also something that is happening right now.
Well, I think the thing with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, I think they both just hit each other. I
Yeah.
think they were both abusive
Yeah,
towards each other.
I feel like I feel like
People
that's
would
the
not
case.
believe.
Yeah.
But the thing is that she won.
Oh, it's already finalized?
I'm pretty sure that. Well, the thing is that in everyone's mind, she's the one that won.
And he was taking off Pirates of the
He was
Caribbean
taking
and
off
stuff like
something
that.
something that he cared about so much, but she's
Yeah.
running around, promoting these things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like he's moping around like I don't really know exactly what he's doing at this very moment, but he's I feel like he's just not really doing anything. He's lost his mojo because all this shit happened to him, but here she is. Similar things have happened to her,
Yeah.
but she's getting all the fame. She's getting all the recognition.
I mean, that's what she wanted.
They're-
Exactly, yeah.
I feel like it's more of agenda.
Meanwhile, behind the scenes, she's hitting him as well and hitting him with
Yeah.
like frying pans and stuff. Like,
Shitting in his
on.
bed.
I didn't hear about that one. I gotta look that one up.
Can't believe that.
That's it. That's the line.
Shouldn't bad.
Listen, dude, Judge.
Mike shitting on his bed.
Shit in my bed.
She shat on my bed.
I could take a punch.
Yeah.
She shit on my. I had to buy a new bed.
That's
Mike, she shit on my bed, Betancourt.
I just like, why would you go to that extreme to shit on someone's bed? That's
Because
embarrassing.
because you want to hurt them, and you want to do it in the most
Pink eye.
disgusting way. Okay, that's it.
Ew.
You want to do it in the most disgusting way possible.
That's terrible.
But this is actually happening.
These are things that are
That's
real.
the thing.
Like, I wouldn't, if I was in this really bad situation with my husband, I just wouldn't want to deal with him. You know what I mean? I just be like, take whatever you want. Let's just settle it now. I don't need to shit in his bed. Like, I don't, like, if we were going through this, I wouldn't want to see him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't feel like shitting in his bed because I'd be so hurt that I'd probably just be crying. But I guess everyone, works differently. Like, some people cry, some people shit in people's bed.
Chimen's a crier. Not a shitter.
I'm a crier. I'm not a shitter. So I'm proud of
Be
that
a
one,
crier,
too.
guys, not a shitter.
Please.
Can you guys make merch with that?
I could.
Probably, right?
Be
You
a
want me
crier,
to?
not a shitter.
You want me to?
Please
I-
do. That's a
I-
good one.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to figure out how I'm gonna do that. That'll be good. That'll make some sales.
This
Definitely
is a
buy
picture
that.
of Amber Heard.
Shit all over. That'd
It's a good
be
one.
some fucking shit. But yeah, no, like I feel like all that shit's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, it is. Definitely.
I don't know how I feel with like a lot of, because I feel like a lot of women are just, they're winning and like that's fine, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like sometimes women are winning for the wrong reasons and they're winning just for their own gain with no real, because I feel like sometimes they're not even the victims, and the men are the victims and they're still winning.
Well, this is like my problem. It's like the problem with feminism today. It's like feminism. These women are trying to conquer the men.
Yeah.
And that's not what
it's-
feminism is about.
It's about I feel like it's about equality
Equality.
between men and women.
Equality.
And because men and women are complements to each other.
Yeah.
And that's how it's always has been. So, and yeah, men have, because we've had the most power, we've been able to create women as a staple, like as a object, at least in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then women have been able to, get their own types of rights, like to vote and all that other stuff, and to be able to work. And thank God for World War II for that. But now they're just taking it to a whole new level, and I don't think it's
Yeah.
And they can.
and because they can, and I feel like now they're just taking too much advantage of it, and they're pretty much destroying society as it is.
Well, I was talking with my uncle's fiance about this, but it's like feminism is this masculine thing now. And it doesn't have to be. You know what I mean? Like, it's always like, oh, well, whatever a man can do, I can do.
Yeah, it's a masculine.
It doesn't
on
even
women.
seem like it's about equality anymore.
It's
Yeah,
not.
it's not. It's not. And it makes me really
It's
upset.
about like kind of overthrowing, and it's like,
Yeah.
whoa.
and it's
whoa,
all
chill
about
out.
like, yeah, like what I said. It's like, well, whatever he can do, I can do too.
It's like men and women are complements to each other. It's not about being better than the other. It's not about that. We give life together.
We are different.
I mean,
yeah,
that's just what
we are
society
different,
has
but for
done.
good reason.
Yeah, we are
Yeah.
biologically different. Fuck.
Yeah.
And there's
Yeah,
a reason for that.
biologically
Now
different.
you sound
and-
like me.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. I've been hanging out with you too much. We are biologically different, but that's how it's supposed to be. And together we are one. Together we are one.
Exactly.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
It's just the truth.
It just shits out of my head. It just comes out.
It was good. That was good. That was
the
the
bed?
perfect way to put it.
So before
right on the bed.
before we wrap up here, Mike, give a shout out to our channel sponsor.
Yeah, so shout out, and this is a sponsor for All Gains Apparel. Definitely go check out allgainsapparel.com. Also, if you're checking this out on anchor.fm, there is a link that you can go to that if you want to support us and want us to do some more, definitely do more podcasts in the future, more consistent podcasts. Definitely hit that, and you can support us directly there. If you don't want to, go to allgainsapparel.com. Also, make sure you hit the subscribe button on All Gains Mindset on YouTube, and hit the like and share the podcast. It's a lot of fun. Hope you guys had fun today.
I did. Thank you.
Shimen, where can people find you?
Where can they find me? Don't add me on Facebook because I don't use Facebook.
Well, like your magazine.
Oh, you can find me on Instagram at emotionalalchemy_mag. And then if you just want to follow me, it's just Chimen Corey at Chimen Corey. That's
Alex,
it.
where can people find you on the interwebs?
My bands are Kong NJ on Instagram and Balefire Music I think VAEL Fire, one word.
And what's your YouTube?
The YouTube junks, the reviews and rankings are Pair of Jeans Reviews on Instagram.
You guys, link in description will be in the.
It'll
below.
all be there.
And
For
me
YouTube.
personally, I'm Alex Paragine.
All right, guys. We'll see you later.
Thank you.
Deuces.
We will see you
Bye.
soon.